Well. What it do, my Reds? It is TGIF. You know what that means? Means just sit back, chill. We can kick it for a little bit. Enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day here in my state. Hopefully, it's a beautiful day wherever you are tuning in from. Shout out to Lee Wizkid. See you in chat. And also, welcome back. Welcome back. John Conway. Big up, big up, big up. Legend. John Conway. Big up. And yes, I would like to say that it is going to be a fun little episode because we've got a lot of things to unpack. A lot of things to unpack. Shout out to Zabiri. Big up. My brother from the East Coast. Big up, big up. Hope that you're well, my brother. Definitely hope that you're well. We are going to break down a bunch of things. Definitely going to break down a bunch of things on this episode. Going to do some things about breaking stories, transfer updates, big match previews. We're talking Champions League regulations. There's this weird Champions League regulation. I don't know if it might have passed by a lot of people's peripherals because it did mine initially. But there was an article I read, and it's got me scratching my head as to what they're going to do about this. We'll chop it up in a little bit. We also have a little bit about Marc Guehi's future, the Isak saga. Yes, it continues on, but hopefully it's about to have an end date. We have a little Lise transfer news. I have a little update on that. And of course, the huge clash of Arsenal this weekend. It's all going to be in this episode. It's all going to be what we're going to discuss, what we're going to chop up. And fortunately for myself, I have some very, very, very good friends, good family, and that is Lee. Got Scouts in the house. My brother, Lee, how are you?
Good, mate. Good.
Good. We are starting off the episode right. Got a nice little crowd in joining us already from the very gate. Definitely buckle up, and get ready for this little ride because we're going to get into it. As always, hit the like button if you can for me, people. We're pushing for a 50 like minimum. I don't know if you've ever been to a comedy show, but at a comedy show, they do like a 2-drink minimum or something like that. Well, on this channel, it's a 50 like minimum that we're trying to incorporate. So yeah. Just let me see what Zabiri's saying. Oh, nice, my brother. Definitely have a shot of whistle pig for me. I'm looking forward to when I can embark on some good whiskey myself. I'm definitely looking. It's been a hot minute, but yes, I'm looking forward to that as well. Definitely. Even managed to get a batch. Oh, wow. Zabiri with the connects. He's getting like straight out of the distillery type bottles. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Oh man, but let's get into this, Lee. I wanted to talk to you and the chat about this weird thing I saw just today. I saw this. Saw this today, and it was that UEFA's new regulations could possibly change our Champions League draw. Now, according to, it's going to be wild because I know there's going to be people going to be like, what? This article, paragraphs, all the legal terms and all the legal jargon that gets dropped on you. You're going to hear this. Apparently, according to paragraph 16.03, clubs can't face each other with the same home 3 seasons in a row. That means if Liverpool played a team at Anfield last season and ended up drawing them again this season, they cannot host the same side at Anfield for a third straight year in 2026-27. It's UEFA's way of ensuring fairness and variety in the draw process. So it might sound small, but it impacts how fixtures are allocated and could change travel demands, player fatigue, even fan experience. it means that hypothetically, let's say we get through this, we get through this Champions League, we win, and which we all want to see, and then we go to next year, and next year we go through the draw again, right? And we get Real Madrid at home. Apparently, that's not going to be our fixture. They're going to. I don't know what the real thing. I'm wondering how it's going to work out. It's like why I sent an email to one of my friends at FIFA to like give me an idea as to how exactly this works for it. I know it's a UEFA rule, but I don't have any contacts in UEFA. But like, basically, I just asked them like, does this mean that if we get Real Madrid for a third time and we happen to fortunately draw them as our home opponent for a third time, does that mean that we have to go to Real Madrid? Does it? You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't know exactly how it's going to all work out. It's one of those things where I understand what they're trying to do, in the sense of they don't want it to be like, oh, you just by luck of the draw, you happen to get the same opponent 3 years in a row at home, as opposed to one on the road.
I have to say about the international break, it's annoying, isn't it? So early to 2 weeks. We're just trying to get into a rhythm, and we break for 2 weeks. I mean, we never used to have this years ago where this happened, like, but then there's another one the following month, isn't there? And then you get a break from it, like for a month, then there's another one. And then after, in the new year, it's better, isn't it? But it gets on your nerves that now, doesn't it? Just as you're trying to get into a rhythm, you lose it by going on the international break.
Yep. It's going to be weird because that's this year, especially now that we have it's a World Cup year, there's going to be a lot of international, like either qualifiers or even, just games to tune up the teams so that they have so they're ready to go. Really ready to go. Barry's saying, or Andy's saying, Marc Guehi to Liverpool. I'm hoping that's going to be the case. I have some information coming up in a segment coming up for you, Andy. So stick around for that. Barry's saying, I think it's a growing league setup, though they will figure out the details later. It's just because the new format isn't yet. I know that this is one of the articles in the actual makeup of the rules, how they go about, orchestrating it and figuring it all out. Because I mean, like, it's random. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, like, I get it. If we got Real Madrid again next year, because most likely we will be in pot one with Real Madrid again next year, unless Real Madrid, has a terrible season and they drop down to pot two. But of all likelihood, we'll probably end up in pot one with them again. And hypothetically, we get the luck of the draw again. We get them at home. It's weird. As in, we wouldn't be technically allowed to play them at home because of this rule. So it's like, okay, what do you do? Do you flip the fixtures and make us play the team that we were going to play away from pot one, make them our home team, and then Real Madrid becomes our away team? Do we just get the team swapped out and we just don't play against Real Madrid? Or we have to draw another team if it pops up Real Madrid, for that pick? It's a weird one. I'm interested. I know it might not happen. It might not happen. It might happen. But how many people actually had us getting Real Madrid again this year at home again? There
was always a good chance of it, and we got Atleti as well. Got that into the away game, but the rest of them, aren't that challenging. There's challenging places to go. Galatasaray and Marseille, but we should beat their teams, despite it being a great atmosphere, to have to play against. should spur the players on. We'll get through. I'm looking forward to it. Be good to get to grips with Xabi again, because last year it was Leverkusen he came with, wasn't it? And this year it'll be Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Yeah. And like we said last episode, I'm hoping that we can get the same result against Leverkusen that against Real Madrid.
Definitely. It was a great hat-trick from Lucho, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that one. It was my favourite Champions League performance of last season.
I would go as far as to say that might be our best performance by a striker for last season.
It was a real test because they were in the game pretty much all the way. Like there wasn't long left when we finally got away from them. But it was a really good matchup that, and we come out of it well, didn't we, with the 4-0 win in the end?
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't be doing that to Real, I don't think, a 4-0 win. But we'll see anyway. They didn't. What was it, 2-0 last time? Or was it 2-1?
For what?
When we played Real last season, was it 2-0?
2-0.
Yeah, there was two missed pens, wasn't there? Mbappe and Saga.
Malante quizzed us on the.
It was McAllister and Gakpo when it scored. Gakpo got the header and McAllister's little bit of manoeuvring in the box before he slotted it. Coming in, him and Bradley. Any win will do. Any win will do if we beat them.
Oh no, Red Armchair supporter. Before I bring in Nalante. Oh no. Let me bring in Nalante. Big up Nalante. How are you doing today?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, 12th. Big up yourself. Lee, as always, on the chat. See a certain name, Mr. Subi Woobies in the building. Philly, big up. Hilo, big up everyone in the chat. You know?
Yeah. I was going to say, did Trent Alexander-Arnold get left out?
He did, yes. He's out. Yeah, he's not in the squad.
He's not in the England squad.
Yeah, he's not even in the England squad, which is mad crazy.
That is strange because when he's fit, I mean, he's got a few rivals for that spot with Tuchel.
He has.
It could be same as for him because he never got much game time under Southgate. But that's something he's already dealt with. Like, although it probably bothered him, and maybe he thought going to Real Madrid would change that. But this seems a bit strange that he hasn't made the squad.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool's ahead of him, which I think he deserves his call up. And Reece James, who he hasn't. I mean, I guess
he's lost his place in the Real Madrid side to Carvajal. That's what
to be honest, maybe, but he should. But to be honest, he surely shouldn't be there. It's only one game, like he's lost his place. I mean, it shouldn't be that. But again, it's up to him. Yeah.
Could be a sign of things to come under Tuchel. He might not fancy him as the right back. But
maybe
after a while now, because Kyle Walker was just always in his way for having a day, wasn't he? Like, previously, I wasn't sure that when Walker retired, like he'd get the right back spot, but I thought he was. But there's others, isn't there?
Yeah. No, Walker's still available for England. He's not retired as of yet, but I think he's not retired. His time's done. His time's done.
Yeah, Reece James, if he's fit, always gets played for England a lot. Like, if he's fit, he's one of those.
Isn't he still on Manchester City's books too? I think it's.
Who, Walker?
Yeah.
No. He's sold. He's gone to Burnley.
He's sold. It's not a loan.
Yeah, sold. No loan. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
On one of my websites that I use, they still had him listed as had his salary listed under Manchester City. So.
Was it? I'll check that out. But what else I do is sold. But I'll double check that.
I'll check myself too. Yeah. You have to take their word for it. That is not.
What you're saying? He's like a coach at City, is he now? Theo Walcott or something?
What's that?
Oh,
Theo Walcott. I think what was big about, or whatever the news I saw about Theo Walcott is that he showed up representing Arsenal at the Champions League draw. That's what I thought.
Okay.
That was the big news I saw.
A very good player, very young, like maybe ran out of gas a bit like just before Ox really came to prominence in their team. Yeah. He was like really pacey volleyball.
It was a loan, but I don't know what's going on. It says end of loan, and it says he was loaned to Milan. Then he had the end of loan, and it says Burnley unknown.
I don't know because he's saying two. Well, he says he's sold 2-year deal worth up to $5 million.
Still playing then after all these years.
Yeah. Subari's telling me some of these sites.
It's a long career, that isn't it?
Some of the bigger sites, man. These are the one I was using. Supposedly, that's one of the bigger sites. But all right.
There are more players having longer careers now, aren't there? Extending the career. With the advances in the sort of like scientific side of it, like with the injuries, there's a lot more players like playing to a later age, isn't there?
Someone in the chat was talking about. Someone in the chat was talking about Guehi. That was my next segment anyway. Guehi's future and the Palace replacements, basically. Because next up, Marc Guehi, Liverpool's top defensive target, obviously. Palace are bracing themselves for a Liverpool raid for their captain. They've already moved for 19-year-old J.D. Canvat as his long-term replacement. Obviously, that's a prospect filling in to be a replacement eventually. That's not someone that you're saying is going to hold down the reins the way it is. It should be very interesting with how that goes. But reports say they're looking for even more defensive signings before the window closes. That should be very interesting. I don't know who they would be looking at because obviously they're going to want to get someone close to Guehi's level. Guehi's contract runs out next summer, but just like Trent's did before his Madrid move. But with Konaté's own deal running out, Liverpool is staring at another contract dilemma. The question is, do you pay up now or do you risk waiting and letting the rivals, maybe another rival team swoop in? I think that what's happening is that we are slowly but surely getting more comfortable in thinking of, okay, well, if we can't get this at a number that we are comfortable with moving on, then we could just sign them in the summer for free. Do you have a problem with that, Lee? Do you have a problem if that was the maneuver that we do?
Wait till January? Did you say?
No, wait till actual to the summer.
What, next summer?
Yeah.
For who? For what player?
Marc Guehi will be.
No! It's got to be now. We need him now. Can't be waiting just because he'll be free. No, we have to pay that money. We need him now, or we're inviting problems.
Okay. Nolante, how about you?
Okay, for next year, I'm not too fast because I don't want to. And again, I don't want to overpay for him for a guy who's got a year left on his contract. I don't want us to be desperate and pay 45 million for someone who's going to be free in a year. So we have to. Then we'll wait next year. I'm not too fast.
But what does that mean then about our defense?
Well, form, injuries permitting, but I think we'll go to 4. Joey could like I said, people obviously Joey could get injured. I know nothing's a risk, but then he could be fit the majority of the season. He was the 23-24 season, so it depends, isn't it? We've got four right now, as we know. We've got four defenders. If needs be, you can do an Endo. Needs be, or worse, a Graf. So for me, I just don't want us to overpay for Guehi as much as we want him. But no, I'm not. 45 mil for a guy who's a year left. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion.
I just put up a transfer update that Hyler brought up. He said Manchester United have accepted a bid from Real Betis to sign Anthony on a permanent deal. He's gone. His play at Real Betis has certainly been delightful for those Real Betis fans. He's definitely stepped it up to some of the levels that he was experiencing before his move to Manchester United. But just as people are putting in the chat, Red Armchair Supporter, Norm also stated it. 60 basically. When did they pick him up? Let me do a double check. Hold on. Anthony was picked up
21 or 22. One of the years. Was it 2021?
Is it 2021, 22?
Or 22, yeah. Or maybe the year after. I'm thinking one of those years. From what I remember.
Let me see.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. He was picked up in 2022 for $81.1 million is what was paid for him. Little shy of 100 million euros, basically, was paid to Ajax. Jeez. So they're paying 20. It's only been 3 years since that. So that's like, oh wow. And let's say he had
a massive loss on him, isn't it? Actually, they've got more than I thought they would. I heard that Betis wouldn't pay 20 because they could only afford 15, but they must have found it from somewhere. If that's what the price is, like definitively 25 million, but it's still a huge loss, isn't it? It's like about 60 million loss, probably, isn't it?
Pounds. If you look at it that way, yes. But there's with the amortization thing, because they've had him for 3 years, they can. I think it's like, let's say he had a 5-year deal, right? If he had a 5-year deal, that would mean that it's 16 million. I'm just making it easy so we can do the math. It means that 16 million every year is worth 16 million, basically. So you would say after the first year, 16 million comes off the price. After the second year, 16. It's like having a car. It's like after the second year, another 16 million comes off of what the price would be, the market value, what your market value would be for the player. I know people could say, oh, it's going to go up or down because of like his play and the likes. Surely it could do also that. But I'm just saying what you could write off on the books with the amortization. He would have 3. This was at 30, and then it's 18. So it's like 48 million. He'd have 48 million off of the books, basically. Let's call it 50 to make it easy. And then so that's probably why they settled on 25 million, because it's right around that number of what would have been left on the books of what you can write off. Do you get what I'm saying or no? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Oh, I was just trying my best to like explain it the way that I have been come to learn it works. So yeah, so they're taking a bath on it. Technically, yes, because everyone's going to look at it and say, you bought them for 80 million, you're selling them for 25 million. You know, that's a difference of 55 million. It's plain and simple. But that's still not good business. Not good business at all. Especially considering that he's starting to play. Starting to play well too, you know? So it's not like there's not a player there. It's just there's not a player there when you connect them with Manchester United. I don't know. I don't understand why players continue to choose Manchester United as their landing spot, other than for money. Because going to the Heritage, I was thinking about this. Shout out to Drifty from Coppish. She said something very similar to what I was thinking too. If you really, really think about it, and you two would be probably better at fact checking me on this one. Manchester United's history, if you really, really peep it, if you were to take out Fergie from their history, their heritage would be like next to nothing. Like they wouldn't have much to shout about. Am I wrong, or is that too bold of a statement?
You're not wrong. The only thing they would have, to be fair, 12 would be the Busby Babes, Sir Matt Busby. He's the one who won the first ever European Cup. So we only have them, but I don't think he won
any history. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying they wouldn't have any history. They certainly would have history, but they certainly wouldn't. They wouldn't have, like, as in you think about Liverpool and how many great coaches or managers, however you want to reference it, how many great managers Liverpool have had over the decades of their existence, you know, and yet, like, hypothetically, if you were to take out, I don't know, Shankly from that would be a major chunk, but it wouldn't be like there would still be.
There's a great coaches, Busby.
There'd still be like, exactly. So you still have King Kenny. You'd still have, like errors of like incredible history.
Yes, it's it.
You're to just take out Fergie's portion of Manchester United, they would be left with what you just said, like very little. That's all I'm trying to get across. Is that I don't know if that's wrong to say or not, but I'm not saying they wouldn't have any.
No, I know. Know the question where you're getting at in terms of the history, in terms of trophies, etc., success with the managers at Man United.
I mean, how many trophies did he get? Like 13 or something, or how many leagues did he get?
Who's that?
How many leagues did Fergie get?
Fergie. 13, Red Nose. 13, unfortunately.
Pops at 7. I thought, is it 7? I don't know, top of my head. I'll Google it real quick.
I'm sure it's 13.
It's 13, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. He won 13 leagues. Okay, that's one extra. I saw you said 7. I'll double check. But the point is, like, that's a big difference. My point is, they've got 20 league titles. You take out Alex Ferguson from that scenario, you're now talking about 7 league titles. That's like major difference. It's just a wild one. What is what did it? Oh, they had 7 before Sir Alex Ferguson. Okay, I got you. So yeah, they only once Fergie came onto the scene, that's when really Manchester United made up the difference between us and them. Because 7 before that, that's chicken feed. Considering we were during their 13 of their 13 Premier League titles, we had 0. So I mean that would make a difference of them catching up and even surpassing us. Norm is saying first title-winning manager was Tom Watson, won 2 titles with us and 2 with Sunderland. So even that far back, 1901, we had great managers. Absolutely. Hyler's bringing up Manchester City. Has anyone seen Jadon Sancho lately? Manchester United is not only a place players and managers go to die, they also vanish. Poof, right? If we take out Sir Bob, we lose 3 Champions Leagues. Correct. But if you take out Sir Alex Ferguson, you lose, 2 Champions Leagues, right?
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2. They'll be stuck on 1.
They'd be stuck on 1. So, again, a good bit of why they have any foundation to have any chest is from, and rightfully so, Sir Alex Ferguson. Hence the banner that said, "Come back when you have 18." I got you. What else is being said here? But hey, Ali got sacked in Turkey yesterday. I bet he is ready to give it another go when this one disappears out the doors. There's an argument. Would you guys agree? There's an argument that Ali is a better coach than Manchester United's current coach. Is that too far of a take as well? It's Friday, so have some fun, guys. Come on, have some fun. Pull the microphone close. You guys can spout whatever. You can shout whatever you like. Lee? Malante?
Sorry, what was the question?
I knew you were right.
I was looking
So basically, who's the better?
What was it?
I just saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Malante. Go ahead. No, we were just talking.
Tough was just rapping. He's rapping to Nas is like, you know the artist Nas, Lee?
Yeah.
That's what Tough was saying. You know the artist Nas? Nas is like, you know that tune, Lee?
Who is it?
No, he does not know Nas.
I couldn't decipher what name. Did you say Knowles or something?
No, not no.
Knowles.
No.
I don't think I know it. What's it go like? What's it like the tune? Could you imitate it like with the beats or something?
No, we'll do it off the show. Off the show.
All right.
Off the show.
Yeah.
What was what were you asking us anyway about the footy? Sorry, my attention drifted. Wait a second, and I couldn't answer. I honestly couldn't answer you. Then I was about to say something that wasn't right to your question.
Jeez.
Toph was saying, Lee, that who as banter, who was the better manager, Ollie, aka the PE teacher, or Ruben Amorim, Ruben Scrubberim.
Oh, Ollie's not done too well, has he? He gave it his best shot. Probably Amorim, because he has won in sport and he has done something at sport. And has Ollie done anything of note? Won anything of note?
Ollie got third place, I want to say.
So he's not won a title wherever he's been.
I don't know if he won a title with them or not.
No, he didn't. No.
You'd have to give it to Amorim then in that case, wouldn't you? Because Amorim has done something in Portugal with the sporting team that brought him to people's attention, so yeah, he's not been that good, has he? A lot of ex-players, and most of them don't make it, do they, as managers? Not that many even try, do they, numbers-wise? But no, it doesn't look like there's much going on for him. I'm sure he'll persist, and he'll be given a new job sooner rather than later. But yeah, he's not much of a manager, is he?
I don't think so. But
So
then again,
in history somewhere, is he like, doing things that have never been done before in some league somewhere? You go there and like finish in the top 4 or something.
I mean, there's a good argument to say that he's at least a better coach than he could be a better coach. I think he could be a better. He could.
Do you remember when he was United manager and he pulled that win off against PSG unexpectedly, and you saw Fergie buzzing with him after it in Paris?
Yeah,
that was like a high thought.
How about this? How about this? I'm sorry to cut you off, Lee. I was just going to say real quick. How about this, Lee and Nalante? If Manchester City get held accountable for their allegations, and they lose, they have to, they lose their titles that they won during the allotted years. Ali will be technically a Premier League title-winning coach because he got second. He didn't get third; he got second place, as Pop said. And in one of those, in the year he got second, is one of the years that falls into the years that are being judged on by because if the court case goes the way that most of us want it to go, be us getting 2 additional titles, but unfortunately, it would also be Manchester United getting 2 additional titles, as in Ali and Mourinho would both get another title.
It sounds like he finished higher up the league in the Premier League than he's managed to wherever he's gone. Where is he now again? I forget. Where's he just been sacked from?
Turkey, I believe. And now
Besiktas.
Yeah. Gordon Milne used to manage Besiktas, I think. RX left back from the Shankly years. He was one of the first Liverpool guys to go out and manage in Turkey. Then Souness went. There's been others. Borsma was out there, I think. It's a good league, though, isn't it? Like, there's big games, the passionate ones, like, and that, aren't the Galatasaray versus Besiktas and Fenerbahce. Big games, like, aren't they?
Yeah, I get that. All right. What is it that we would like to see as being a dream combo? Some of us would like it to be something entailing possibly Isak and Guehi. Some would like to see it as Guehi and Olise, maybe, or maybe Isak and Olise. There's various forms of a dream combo, but Alexander Isak saga continues. We all know that Liverpool are reportedly pushing towards a £130 million deal. But here's the wrinkle. Reports say Arne Slot also wants more creativity around him. You heard me right. Arne Slot, this is what the reports are saying, that Arne Slot is not exactly happy with the amount of creativity that would be producing opportunities for our strikers. So that would mean Michael Olise on the radar. Olise is coming off a sensational season at Bayern, 20 goals, 23 assists. It's 43 GA. It's phenomenal. That's Salah level output, albeit in the Bundesliga. Imagine Isak being serviced by Olise, Wirtz, Salah. Like, take your pick of who you're going to put in there. That's a front line that could rip anyone apart in Europe, honestly. The debate is whether Liverpool can actually pull off both of those deals, or if Olise is more of a long-term successor than an immediate signing. I'll ask you this. Do you see Olise as a partner for Salah or as his replacement if we were to be able to engineer that deal? I'll ask that.
Sorry. I see him more as a replacement for Mo. and not needed right now. I mean, Mo had the season of his life almost. He's had other good seasons, but last season was particularly record breaking and all that. So right now we don't need him, but he could be a potential replacement. And, with him being English as well, it might well suit him if he wants to come back from Germany for any reason. If they don't do it in the Champions League or something and he thinks he'd have a better shot at it here, then I'd be all for that.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting, isn't it, what we do to replace Mo, whether we bring someone in who's going to be here at the same time as him and play instead of him a few times, but it's more than likely that we won't buy, another left footer direct replacement for him, for at least another 12, 18 months, probably.
He's French. I don't know what that. Elise's French? Is that what you're saying? What are your thoughts about that, Nolante? Should that be where we pivot towards our attention towards the next big acquisition? I mean, Salah's days aren't going to be forever, obviously. We hope that long may they continue, but we obviously need to prepare for the day when Salah. Okay, at least they plays for France. Yeah, okay. He plays for France. I was just talking about his play in Germany, though. That was the misconception of what I said. His Bundesliga days with Bayern Munich. What are your thoughts, Nolante?
Just let's go quickly. I'll probably big them up in the chat. So big up, obviously, JK Pups.
Oh, JK in the chat. Let's see that. Big up.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Yeah. And 12, did you see the message from CB?
No, I didn't. What was the message? Where was it?
About the link.
Oh, I'll send him the link if he wants.
Okay, cool. Yeah. He wants to give his Caribbean energy.
He's
ain't happy with the energy. His crazy outtakes. All right, put him on, man.
Yeah.
Rip him in some foil. Put it on. Let him put him in the cook and let him burn whatever's on his mind. Subi. Jump on, man. But yeah. Back to your question. I agree with Lee. I think we should wait until Mo's done and then go get him. Elise is a baller. And he's not even Crystal Palace for me. I was watching them at Reading, and again, you don't know like any player, but I just saw something like, yeah, this guy, he looks good, and he's just improved year after year after year. He's a baller, man. So yeah, let's just ride out the storm with Bo. And
do you think
you know what?
Just he's better than Eze?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that was one of those questions, huh?
Oh yeah, that is.
It may depend on how Bayern shape up in the Champions League in the next couple of seasons. I mean, they're always a threat. They can always win it. They're like us. They could just win it any bastard time. But they haven't for a while. But it depends on that, I suppose, wouldn't it? Like, Kane's got his title now,
it's hard to tell. Maybe give it to Elise just, but
you're gonna give it to Elise just. Okay.
Just, but they're both ballers, both of them.
They're both
ballers,
for sure.
Yeah, it's like basically it's like the Musiala Wirtz thing. Depends what you like.
Hardly any British players used to go to Germany years ago. Hardly any.
I mean, isn't Eze like 27, 28, something like that?
27, yeah. He's 27, yeah.
I mean, Elise's 23.
Yeah, so Lisa will probably have the highest ceiling, if you think, when he's 27, 28, when he's prime. So we'll see. I mean, you could put Elise ahead. I mean, they would probably be the better, but Eze is a baller. So
I will admit, maybe the reason why he chose Bayern Munich as being a choice for him would have been the fact that obviously he's going to win titles there, but also he's going to start or he's going to get playing minutes, obviously. But 43.9 million is what Bayern Munich, or 43.9. So basically 44 million. That's a steal.
Bargain. Yeah. 100% 12. Bargain. And he's proved it, and he's gone to another level, man. He's backed up his stats, won the Bundesliga, obviously got Champions League with him. Yeah, man, he's just going to go strength to strength.
Just picked up a Super Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, German Super Cup, yeah. It's true. But regards...
Do it.
Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say 12. It's funny, when you say regards to Mo and, the replacement, with Mo, I'm at the point now that I really don't care about his goals and assists for the next 2 seasons. I really don't, because he's already done so much. So if, for instance, he gets 5 league goals or 10 assists or 10 league goals, 5 assists, as long as we win the league, that's all I care about. He's done enough for the club. And as much as he go in and out of games, I'm really not bothered about how much goals and assists he gets, because he's done so much. It's just up to others to do it. It's all about us winning the league now. So individual numbers, it is what it is. It's all about us just kind of winning it. He's just done enough now. So if he doesn't get his usual standards, as long as he wins, I don't think anyone should begrudge him or feel away against him, in my opinion.
There was a couple of Scottish players, Norm, Alan McAnally and Paul Lambert. McAnally went to Bayern Munich and Lambert went to Dortmund.
Yes.
Not many years ago.
97. I remember that. And he won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Originally 8
That's
million.
Right, yeah.
Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Zabiri. Originally £8 million acquisition for Crystal Palace. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. £8 million, man. Wow. Let me bring in Zabiri. Man like Zabiri. Big up. How are you?
Big up, lads.
Big up. Where's it?
Big up, CV Charlie. You wanted to bring some energy here. When I heard about this hot sauce, you want to put on the panel. So please, CV Charlie, go put the hot sauce, huh? Please, I beg.
Nah, because I'm hearing 12 asking questions and man is spacing, and that man is acting like they're afraid to say whatever Liverpool fans been feeling, trying to be politically correct in that. Like, lads, come on, man. We've went decade plus without being able to kick Man United. I felt bad in the 7-up, but we can't let these moments pass. Obviously, I think it'll be long days before them man even scratch the surface again. And we can't overlook that. Like, we really can't overlook that. Like, I never thought of it in the sense of, if you roll out Fergie out of dead man history, them man are dead. Like, that's a valid point. Because even if you take Pep Guardiola out of City, they'd still have 2 managers that's won the Prem. You see what I'm saying? If you roll out Klopp, who come a bunch of runner-up and win everything except, I think, Europa League, bro, we still got slide in there. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like, yeah, man, we can't overlook that, man. We need to really make sure that, bro, Grimsby run up on them, man. First team.
Yeah.
Yo, this isn't what's the team that did us in last season FA Cup?
Plymouth.
So this isn't Plymouth against the Fringe man. This wasn't even our B team. This is just Fringe man FC, and Plymouth bullied us with long balls and long throw-ins in that, bro. Like,
Plymouth is the championship. There's only you realize that, like, the division under where Grimsby play, those guys got like full-time jobs. Like
no, that's the supermarket league. That's the supermarket league. That's the man them that work at the tire shop and the supermarket and the meat packing places and that like.
Yeah. Honestly, man.
Some of these men can't even
Tesco's
afford 401k, bro. Yeah, football is their second job, bro. They don't have 401k at the first job.
Yeah. No plasma TVs at the yard.
Ridiculously close. Yeah.
Look, just on budget Bush TVs. Yeah.
Bro, let's not forget these moments. So that's why I was like, yo, where's the energy? It's almost like we don't want to kick, man. Now we need to kick them, bro. Need to kick everything.
Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, they seem to plumb new depths, don't they, United, at the moment?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we have to feel sorry for them.
Nah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't,
I remember in the 90s, there was a program on telly about Sunday league football, grassroots football, just men playing over the weekend. And it's like they were talking about what teams they supported, and you'd see them in the pub as well talking. And a lot of them were Man United fans. And I tell you, they were more interested in giving us shit than talking about they just won 2 years in a row or something. They enjoyed it more that we got knocked out the FA Cup by Tottenham. And that just told me that it's the same thing, really, with us. We enjoy it with them, don't we? But that was very revealing, that programme, because instead of celebrating their own club's success, they were more interested in laughing at us getting knocked out by... It was Klinsmann. Klinsmann got a double against us for Spurs and knocked us out the FA Cup. And that was all they could talk about.
But that's something that's like, yo, where's the energy, man? Like, we need to be enjoying these moments because that man ruined my childhood. Like there was a period. It's not like I gave up on football. I knew I still supported Liverpool in that. But bro, I wasn't waking up. I wasn't, bro. Like I want you, man, to know something. I've been a Liverpool fan as long as I can remember, man. And I didn't start buying Liverpool kits till Jurgen Klopp.
Okay.
Like before even Steve retired, I was like, yo, or not retired, but left. I was like, yo, I probably should get a Steven Gerrard shirt. I was like, yo, bro, I can't even be bothered, fam. You know what I mean? But like now I'm just like really enjoying football again, looking forward to the league and that, bro. I don't care who's struggling and suffering, bro. I'm in a good place, man. So I'm gonna enjoy it, man. And whoever needs to get kicked is getting kicked, bro. Them man mission, their sole mission was to knock us off the perch. Them man ambition wasn't Wenger ambition where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna keep qualifying for Champions League and enjoy football. Them man mission was like, yo, as long as Liverpool don't touch it, we're good. And that's why they couldn't even celebrate their own success, because their whole purpose in life was just to take our hands off trophies.
Oh, absolutely.
You see what I'm trying to say? And if you think about what I'm saying and then scale that through the years to now, that's why they don't have like footballing set up and footballing building idea and, expanding the infrastructure and the academy and growing in the right way, because bro, that man was never football minded. That man just came in with one mission, get that man off the perch by any means, whether it's slipping man, the little brown paper for extra time and that, like what, bro, that man entire mission is, let's just not let Liverpool win. They didn't care about, bro, they don't care about football. They didn't care about football. They just wanted to make sure whatever it takes for us to not win. That's why they keep signing these dead players. Look at the players they be signing. Look at the fees they be signing people for. Their whole purpose in life is, just let, bro, Ronaldo, they signed Ronaldo because City had a little fake link with Ronaldo, and they just jump out the window and bought him back. Like, they're not really thinking football. Them men ain't got no footballing brains whatsoever. Look at the managers they've hired since Fergie.
Yeah.
None of them is progressive managers.
He made a horrible mess, didn't he, of it, Ten Hag? Because, when they went for him, I thought he had a reasonable chance of success, before he actually got into the job and was managing them. But he was terrible, wasn't he? And he's left a mess for Amram.
Bro, their best manager was Van Gaal, and they're so anti-football, they didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Their best.
That's their problem, yo.
Their best manager since Fergie, in my opinion, probably was Mourinho, considering he.
I mean, bro, even that, yeah, he came in. Didn't he win an FA Cup with him?
Yeah, he won an FA Cup and he got a second. Then he got second place finish.
Who got second?
I'm only saying that because technically, like if I'm going to give Ali the credit that if we end up if Manchester City,
we ain't giving the P's teacher credit. No.
Hey, I'm looking at it.
Ali ain't getting no credit.
Right? Don't get running. I don't like this second, man. When Klopp finished second, I'll give him criticism. I don't like the second thing. No.
Hear me out.
If
that happens, I'll give Ali his credit only because I want to give credit.
Bro, Ali only came second because we fell off.
No. I'm saying then you got to give credit to my man Klopp, because then all of a sudden Klopp's sitting on 3.
No, bro. 99 points in coming second is a lot different from teams falling off and you just inherit. Bro, man came second on like 66 points.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing now? Just see, that's what I'm saying. The energy, I'm not really feeling the energy. No, like I'm not feeling. You think I'm crediting Arsenal because City fell off without Rodri?
I don't think Arsenal win. Arsenal doesn't win any.
Big to your boy.
No. I'm not talking about in that light. I'm just talking about the second place. Like when you come second with like 99 points and you came second, it's like, my man, you was in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't come in second because everybody else in the race fell over and it's just you in the first place guy. Like, bro, I'm not singing a national anthem on the podium. Like, no, I'm just not. Everybody else tumbled off with each other, man, and you came second. It's nothing to celebrate. Man finished 65 points, 66 points. Bro, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. Then you put out your first team against Grimsby and get rushed.
Oh no, trust on that. Yeah.
We cooked yesterday. Watched the show yesterday, Soupy. We cooked them, trust me. Ain't no one, the energy was there. The energy was there, Soup, trust me.
I'm looking at it like this, and it's a difficult perspective to look at it, I understand. But do I want to roast them? Absolutely. But do I want to see Amorim gone? Absolutely not. That's the same, like just like Arteta. I don't want to see Arteta. I want to see Arteta stick with his job. Amorim stick with his job as long as they can.
You can't save Amorim. Amorim is a well done steak about to get microwave heated again. Like it was where you microwave heat it. It's now well done, and you about to warm it up again. That's Amorim. Yeah, he's overcooked.
Amorim could have been our coach. He could have been. There were people in our fan base that were saying that is their number one choice.
Listen, my energy is so high, I don't trust some Liverpool fans, because some Liverpool fans told me that they would rather have Klopp over FSG and we'll never win another Premier League title. And them same men turned up to the parade a couple months ago. So I don't trust some Liverpool fans. That's how high
I agree.
my energy.
I get that.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm trying to tell men like, bro, football is more about that in the moment. And it's crazy. And I'll say this last point, and I'll let you continue with your regular programming on your Salah talk. The same fans that was lauding Klopp is the same man them that watch Fergie ruin Man United. Like there was some man that was just so into Fergie that they forgot what being a football manager, being a club was all about, having the identity, having the longevity. Like those are so bought into Klopp. They forgot like, yo, Klopp is only doing it because of the tools he's given and the access that he has. Like Klopp didn't make us. We were already us. We just needed a manager that can actually execute the vision that we have. Fergie wasn't executing any vision from the club. Fergie was just on his ones. But there was a lot of fans that was like, yo, Fergie's got a football. Bro, no one man has got a football, bro. Football isn't a one-man sport. It's a team sport. Down to the cook lady.
I will push back. Let me just say this real quick then, and I'll let you, if you weren't done landing, I apologize. I'll let you land immediately after.
No, that's all I wanted to say, because that's to me was how people was looking at Klopp. One of the longest managers in the Prem at that time, because we haven't had a lot of managers doing like 9 years anymore. So we were kind of getting caught up into that, and towards the back end of his career, you can see some of the stains that Fergie left on United was also being left on our club, where his vision of the players isn't the fans' vision of the players. And then he had to stay an extra year to rebuild the midfield, because he would have left us in a bad moment. He would have potentially left us with Hendo, Ox and them man, bro. Like them man legs was gone for being on them. Like he had to inject something new, and with that something new, that's what Slot picked up. Fergie didn't left the man with anything new and shiny. It was rust and warped wood and all of that, man.
The best bit about Fergie leaving was that he picked Moyes, and Moyes was awful because I hated Moyes from his Everton. He came straight from Everton. When he said that rubbish, he said Everton are the people's club in Liverpool. No, mate, there's some people's club. And that's it. Like some people suppose Everton support Liverpool. I don't know what he was calling us money bags of Liverpool and all that, saying that they're the proper working class club or something. Bollocks. Palpable nonsense.
Let me say this.
Failed.
Let me say this. This is where I can understand what Zabiri is saying, because I know that Fergie definitely stayed much too long. People could say the same about Wenger. Wenger, the reason why I've heard people talk mad trash, Arsenal fans talk mad trash on Wenger as if he was a cancer on their team, which is sad. But what I will say is that there are attributes that Klopp brought with him, the aura, the allure, and the likes, that made players want to be a part of Liverpool. And that was a major difference maker for us as well. No one was saying, oh, Brendan Rodgers coaches there, I got to go to Liverpool. Unless you're just saying you want to go to Liverpool for the fact you want to be a Red.
Jurgen fostered a great team spirit, didn't he? Within the squad, like us against the world type of thing. And started quickly. Like, didn't take us long to get that mentality.
Right. Players want to play for a coach like Jurgen. And that's a difference maker. That's a real difference.
You didn't want to sign some of them players either, so it's kind of contradicting.
Say again. What?
No, I'm saying Jurgen Klopp didn't want to sign some of the same players he was attracting. So basically, he made us attractive and then refused to sign the man that wanted to come here.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a lot of different targets.
No, you see what I'm saying? It's not like a slight on him. I get what you're saying. Like, the point that I was making wasn't about what he did early. It's what happened when you overstayed your welcome. So, like, even Wenger, towards the end of his career, it's almost like he lost the eye for a talent to take him further. You see what I'm trying to say? So, like, Jurgen Klopp coming runners-up in Champions League, Europa League, the Prem, winning everything once. It's almost as if he lost the vision on how to get to the next level. And to fairness to him, he actually said he didn't want to go to the next level, which was to dominate. So the longer you stay, like, yeah, I can jump on the stream with a lot of energy, but I'm pretty sure the longer I stay, my energy will ultimately fade away. It's like perpetual motion. Yeah, it'll run first in the 5-10 minutes, but after a while, that energy starts to dissipate. And that's just what happened when you overstay your welcome. I don't think managers should go beyond like 5 years. Because, like I said, it's really tough to rebuild, especially when you're getting so close to like these players. And then I'll just segue that landing point with the Salah comment or topic that you're on as far as his replacement. Like, finding his replacement would be a little tricky because I don't think like we really, like some fans, me, I'm ready for it now. But when you're finding a guy replacement, you're ultimately saying there'll be games where he's starting on the bench. How many Liverpool fans is ready for the King to be on the bench? Like think about when players are being replaced. When players are being replaced, they're coming on 60 minutes, 65 minutes, and that's basically how they move. And then when they do start, that's actually when they're coming off. Like, how many fans is really ready to say, you know what, man, I'm comfortable with Salah doing that? And is Salah himself going to be comfortable taking that seat? Because that's how you get replaced.
He won't.
You see what I'm trying to say? So the Salah one, for me, I think it's one of them ones where there's no grace period. There's no bedding in period for the new guy. It's a straight amputation, slap the new arm on like Madara, and then just heal that immediately. Like, that's how you have to do the Salah replacement. There's no, we're going to bring his guy in and he's going to learn from him. And Salah talks like that now in his interview because I'm watching him recently talking about, helping the young. But his replacement isn't going to be, Salah, you're coming out for 25 minutes and, you're going to help us out and do the Milner role and foster the next generation. Like, bro, he's talking like that now. But him, bro, he ain't sitting on no bench. He ain't sitting on no bench for a first half watching it go by and be like, yeah, when I get in there, I'm going to just do my thing. He's not that type of player. I don't think he's that type of player. His replacement is he left early window, replacement came in early window. They didn't even meet each other going in and out the door. That's how his replacement will be.
So you think that? So basically, you're saying that Elise couldn't be his replacement. He would just be.
I think Elise will be a fantastic replacement for him. But him and Elise won't be here in the same team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and I'll show you this, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Forgive me, because I was going to bring a hot take at some point. Mm-hmm. The reason why I wanted Frimpong is because I think he can play right back, right wing back, right mid, and right wing. Having a guy like Frimpong is the perfect segue into Salah replacement. Because technically, we can lose Salah, put Frimpong up there temporarily until the actual right winger comes in.
Who is your actual right winger?
I actually haven't identified one because we're not at that stage yet, to be honest, because we haven't even seen what Frimpong looks like as a right winger without a Salah on the bench. And I think we'll find out this season. Like, there'll be games where Salah is not on the bench and it's Frimpong starting right wing. And it'll be kind of makeshift right side.
I'm not saying, I'm not saying Frimpong. I mean, like, who is
like the end all be all? I'm not quite sure. Because
who is that ultimate goal? Right,
I'm gonna be honest. Lamine Yamal messed me up, and I'm not saying it's him, but I'm saying the way he burst on the scene. No, the way he burst on the scene messed me up. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. I'm not even comparing Rio to him, but what I want you to know, like, I'm saving space for something like that in 12. Like, that's what I'm saving space for. I'm saving space for somebody you had no idea existed, and they're just him. And you're like, rah, where did he come from? Because I did not know Lamine Yamal until I think it was the Euros. Was it the Euros?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the Euros.
Okay.
But I didn't know him. Like, I don't follow Barcelona. I don't watch a lot of leagues outside of the Prem. So he came out of nowhere.
At first.
You see what I'm trying to say? For me, he came out of nowhere. So I'm saving space for a man coming out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Going for the oh yeah, I know Olise. Yeah. Nah, I'm saving space for a man like Rio.
That player.
When I hear about Rio, I never seen him kick ball till preseason. Nah, I'm not following the youth team. I'm a big man, bro. I'm not watching kids run around in that, bro. Nah, it's depressing. I don't go to Sunday League. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Premier League, bro. So when I hear about Rio, I'm like, nah, he can't be that sick. When I seen him, I'm like, yeah, nah, he's that sick. So I'm saving space for someone like that, one of them generational talent that we now have for a good 10 years to play with.
So you're giving up on your number one pick of Anthony? Is that who you liked before this, or?
No, I've never been a right winger fan.
Oh wow! Shots fired.
I think
you like
So you see 2022.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like snitch in that, but I think Drifty.
Hey, you got snitch, man. Hey,
the only Anthony fan that I know of, like somebody that actually rates him.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, so like I don't really know a lot of guys. Like my right wingers, and I'll be honest with you. My right winger, it wouldn't say like Frimpong, but the way Frimpong moves up and down the pitch, my right winger will be him, or I think Alphonso Davies is overplayed his welcome at left back, because Saga started at left back, Gareth Bale started at left back, and then Saga transitioned to right wing. I'm not saying we should be the team to trust Alphonso Davies as a left winger. I mean, a right winger, but bro, that man is not a left back.
He's not a left back. He's a midfielder.
Bro, he's not a bro. That man is a winger, fam. You see the socks height and the pace. That's winger, fam.
Yeah. The way he plays his winger mentality.
Yeah, bro, he's a winger. It's just he was never given that opportunity. And the same way Salah never got the opportunity to prove himself, like at your Chelsea's, and he had to go elsewhere to prove it and then come back to the Prem. Like, that's how I look at some footballers. So for me, it was always like Frimpong, bro, Frimpong is a winger. Man can't tell me he's a right back, bro. He's a winger.
Yeah,
Alphonso Davies is a winger. Like Gareth, bro. Imagine if Gareth Bale was stuck at the likes of Tottenham and then moved from Tottenham to, let's say, he goes from Tottenham to. I'm trying to think of a place where he just gets stuck, like Chelsea, and he just never was given the opportunity to be a winger. Bro, we'll just know Gareth Bale on some one resale level where he's just a left back, but really and truly he shouldn't be. Like, players under the right manager get the opportunity to develop, and Saka could have been stuck as just a left back, bro. Look at Trent. He's not really a right back. Just got stuck at right back. So when you're talking about developing players, that's the way I look at player development. And for me, some players is just the circumstances. Alphonso Davies just never was given the opportunity to express himself as a winger outside of the Canadian team. So, but those are the players I was looking at. But I don't think Liverpool fans would be accepting to, your new right winger is Alphonso Davies. So we're like, nah, bro, man's a left winger. I mean, a left back. Until he starts proving himself, man, be like, okay, we'll see something there. Because a lot of Liverpool fans was on their drone, was getting Salah. Like, now, kind of Chelsea reject is this?
They'd be closer going for like a Nico Williams or something like that if you're going to bring it up. Trying to get a left player that plays on the left side to play on the right side.
Yeah, even Nico Williams, that's his talent as well.
Yeah, he's a guy. I wanted him, yeah. But
so is that
on his new deal?
I'll let you two get in your picks too. I have a replacement. I have a replacement for Salah, the eventual replacement. But who's your replacement if you had to pick, Nolante?
It's difficult. It's between two. I mean, I'll definitely Saka is tailor made for us. Mm-hmm. For me, Saka has got all the tools in a different way, but he's tailor made to fit the team. It'd be him, or if a push, the guy we just mentioned, Nico Williams, in the ideal world too. But it's not going to be either of those two in reality. But if he's in the dream world, it'd be either of those two for me.
I should have probably waited to ask you the questions.
Pick anybody at all.
I wouldn't steal my thunder, but go ahead. Go ahead.
If you could pick anyone at all, probably pick Kvaratskhelia.
Oh, that's a good shout.
He's left-footed, isn't he? He's predominantly left-footed anyway. He could play off the right wing, couldn't he?
That's a real good shout. It's not happening now that he's at PSG, but that's a real good shout. I'm telling you, can allow for Arsenal to continue to get goose eggs on these trophies. And I think Saka could be wooed to Liverpool. I think it could be. But if not, I would say the choice I would pick, and this is a player, and I mean, people, I haven't heard many people say his name, or I might even pronounce his name wrong. And if I do, my apologies to my French teacher. But Doué, right?
Oh, Doué. Yeah, Desiree Doué.
Desiree Doué. I think he would be a quality player to have to help to be groomed into that eventual right wing phenomenon that you're talking about. If you're looking for a Yamal, I mean, that's tough to, you're 19, 20-year-old. I mean, Doué is only 20 years old, but your 19, 20-year-old players out there that have the talent and just the acclimate to be able to take on that role. It's not easy. But who knows? I know Bayern's hard stance on Lise is pretty tough, because I know that we're probably not going to get that in this year if we were to try to get a deal for Elise. I know that Vincent Kompany is very, very high on Elise. By the way, he refers to him as the Kevin De Bruyne in terms of developmental potential. He doesn't apparently have a buyout clause in his deal, so that kind of puts a little bit of a dampener on the possibility of that happening. But I'm hoping that Elise could be on the verge of being primed to be a successor, because at 23 years old, you give Salah another year, 2 years at the role. You get a 25-year-old Elise to slot right into that right wing. It's like, it's a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. But I'll ask you this:
I don't think Salah is gonna be here by the for the next season.
You don't think he'll end his contract here?
No.
Possibly not. I'll ask you this though: there's a Guehi transfer twist because it's interesting. Palace Ball's Oliver Glasner has flat out said he has to stay. He's banking on Guehi leading them through the season and the Conference League. But let's be honest, that's temporary. He only has a year left on his deal. He's not signing it, and that's that. So if he hasn't signed a new deal and every passing week plays into Liverpool's hands, you have to think that something is going to be done. The Reds are comfortable waiting, but that leaves the door obviously open for rivals. This one could drag out all year. Some are saying that it should possibly be done now, maybe even wait till January. But either or, I still don't get if defense is our number one concern. If defense is our number one concern, and we kind of broached this topic last episode, is it more of a personnel problem or is it more of a system problem? Or maybe it's more of the personnel not getting a system problem. Which is it? What is it?
I hear a lot of people talk about the system / personnel and the defense. And today I heard something very interesting. The defense isn't actually a problem, it's coverage for the defense. So defensively, we have 2 new fullbacks with 2 existing center backs. I can't actually fault any of the center backs for anything that's happening defensively. I actually can't. It's balls not stopping from coming inside the box. It's Kirk is not really adjusting, whether it's the tactics or to just a new team. Like when we talk about defense, you can have the best back 4. If they don't have any coverage or protection, you're done out here. Like absolutely done. Gravenberch offers that. I wouldn't say McAllister so much, but we don't have like a Rodri type of guy to offer that level of protection. Like there's no pressing in that double pivot 6 position when the opposition has the ball. Bro, whenever the opposition gets the ball in any of them territory, they have a free run at our defense. Like think about that. The middle of the pitch, I'm not saying it's weak, but they literally have a free run through our midfield. There's no coverage in there. And then even when they go out wide, it's Frimpong. None of us are praising Frimpong defensively. And look at Kirkes. Yeah, he's battling it out, but the one moment he's off of it, something's happening. He's not stopping a slow cross coming in. He's just not. Even when Robbo comes in, look at Virgil. Like looking at Virgil should tell you where our problem lies.
Yeah.
Bro, Virgil is on his own defensively. And it's not because his partner ain't up to it. I could be seeing a different game. Every goal we concede, look at Virgil's face, because Virgil would have had his man covered. No, Virgil, let's call it a spade. Virgil would have his guy so covered. He's like, yo, my partner got any other threat coming. Oh, Raw, you didn't get him? And he slaps his knee. He's like, yo, come on, man. Like, I can't cover 2 guys.
Right, the truth about it is when either of Gravenberch or McAllister doesn't play, we're not good enough in midfield because he won't start Endo, and we end up with McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz.
So you agree with my point. So it's not like the defense is 100% 12. I think it's just the personnel we have, and then how each personnel affects it. Because no disrespect to Jones, bro, we ain't praising Jones for sticking in tackles and covering the back line, and that's also a sub. You can call it like a sub-responsibility of the defender. Who is supposed to cover the back line? It's not your 10. It's not your striker. It's not your winger. It's the midfielder. So, yeah, we can talk about ball-carrying midfield, game-controlling midfielder, bombing forward midfielder, all of that. But the other part of the midfield is to cover the defense. The defense has no coverage. Virgil can only pick one or two men to cover that space and cut down that gap. The rest of the men them just ain't doing that. So the rest of the men them just can't be trusted, and it's not necessarily on the defense. Like how do you say the defense is trash, but one of our best player is standing back there and he's done everything right for the game?
Really,
that's like Salah doing everything right in the attack, but Nunes ain't scoring. It's not that the attack is crap. It's just one man up there is crap. You see what I'm trying to say? So I'm not trying to lump the entire defense in there. Bro, Alisson claiming balls out the air and being dominant and punching balls 2-3 times. Alisson shouldn't have to do that. Like if the rest of the team is plugging the gaps correctly, shouldn't have to do that. Think about even the goal Asulu scored. Bro, none of us right here is gonna tell no other fan Konaté v Dan Burn. Konaté's bossing Dan Burn. None of us is gonna say that with chest. Dan Burn strong arm in Konaté. Okay, who's gonna cover Konaté now? Because that's 1-for-1. So yeah, Konaté cancel Dan Burn cancel Konaté. Who's the backup? The backup was Gravenberch. And I'm not slating Gravenberch, but that's not really where you want your Gravenberch to be. Where's the right back? Oh, he was a makeshift right back for that game. So it's a Bazalite. I think he did well in that game, but he should have been covering that space as well. So I'm just trying to show you like our defensive woe. I think it's just a moment thing where the available players and how they're being used, they're not really switched on defensively. And that's why the manager said, most of our players are attack-minded, because they're so attack-minded, they're just thinking about when we're going forward. They're not thinking about when we're going backwards. And that's a very fair assessment that I think go over a lot of fans' heads when he said, a lot of our players are attack-minded because they don't know where to be. They don't know where to be when we're in transition. They don't know how to foul a man so the man doesn't run at your defense.
Wait, though. If that is what it is, okay. I can accept that they can be attack-minded players. However, the same way, and this is going back to the coach that I'm not going to say what I was saying, but Klopp, how Klopp taught basically Cujo how to play defense, because Cujo did not have any mindset of defense in his DNA.
Question. Yeah. I think you're talking about not me CJ.
Huh?
That's what you call Cujo? Yeah, no, not me. Have you ever seen not me CJ going backwards? Have you ever seen not me CJ going backwards and stick a tackle in? Now, have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Have you ever seen not me CJ get a yellow card for a tackle?
Yes, to be fair.
Yes.
No, I'm not talking about one of them stupid tackles where we weren't in transition. I'm talking about like a tactical foul. We don't do tactical
No. What I'm trying to get across is this, is that Curtis Jones wasn't known for defense at all. He had no defense.
But he's not known for defense now. Yeah, Klopp taught
I'm
him.
just saying he's a defensive stalwart. Let me land. I'm not saying that he's a defensive stalwart now. However, I am saying the same way that that Cujo began to progressively get better at knowing his spacing, knowing how to properly play defense and be a part of just not someone out in the pitch, not looking out of place. The same way that the same player you talked about, Darwin Nunez, okay? Darwin Nunez, his first year, I always said it, Darwin Nunez, his first year looked like at times he was a chicken with his head cut off, in the sense of running around the pitch a lot, just trying to chase down, just using so much of his energy to try to chase down wherever the ball went. That's all well and good. However, he wasn't progressively getting better until he started to recognize that he had to perform those duties similar to a Bobby Firmino, who would properly space himself between Mane and Salah and be able to target players, be able to cut down angles, be able to limit the space. You can become a better player without necessarily being a defensive juggernaut.
Let me ask you this question, because I'm gonna agree with your point, and that's a very good point, and it's the only reason why I'm agreeing with it. You're saying, and I'm using random numbers as an analogy. You're saying Jurgen Klopp took Curtis from an attack-minded player going forward, more like a number 10 off the left side 8, going forward, and raises defensive awareness game from 0 to 3. I'm just using those numbers, right? So we can look and say, yo, he's made him more defensive. Slot comes out and said, yo, these players at times, they're too attack-minded. They don't really know how to drop in. I think what you're trying to say, to my point, is that's on the manager to improve. So,
right. That's what I'm trying to get
across. So at some point this season or towards the end of it, I'm going to have to revisit this conversation with you, because the question I'm going to ask is, how is Arne Slot improving these players?
That's going to be a good question, because that's what it is.
Does that make sense? Because, I'll agree with you, because Klopp can teach an old legend Thiago how to run. He can teach an attack-minded Curtis how to defend. All right, he didn't. Exactly. He didn't have a master. But if the manager can identify these players are always thinking about going forward, then, bro, it's actually your job to think about going backwards then.
Exactly.
Like if you're saying they're not the head's on the manager. The manager is there. The coach is to be paid to do the job.
I'm going to give Klopp his credit for making that transition with Curtis and other players that he's made the transition with. Yeah. I'm going to have to measure Slot in the same way. So I'll say, let's give your question, the original question was is it the defense or the tactics? We're going to move it from all of that and just go, it's just down to the manager's ability to improve the players and improve our current situation. Because the current situation doesn't look good, and we can't actually put our finger on it. And it's actually his job to fix. So he said it. He said they're too switched on forward. So he needs to switch them off going that way as well. Right. So they can know what to do. So we'll give it some time. We'll give him some grace to work. I don't think he's in the mud like Amarim. I think he has credit in the bank.
He's got his bank. He's got his bank. Yeah, he's got that $1 million check. That bank's on that shelf, God damn it. You know this. That gold trophy is on the shelf, God damn it, yeah. You want to talk about that? Look at the gold thing on the top of the shelf.
There's a very famous quote by Klopp saying that if you can teach Curtis Jones how to play defense, you can teach anyone how to play defense. And that was the point. In that Curtis Jones did not come with defense in his.
Yeah, that's why I put him on 0 in my analogy. That's why I put him on 0. And if Klopp can get him on 0 to 3, that's a feat.
But the same way, whether it's Curtis, whether it's Darwin, whether it's whoever was a part of
the man looked at Knock Me Jones and said, if I can get this Knock Me brother to play defense.
I'm not going down that line.
No, I'm saying, so the man said, if I can get a Knock Me man to play defense, you can teach any man how to play defense, because not any man got a Knock Me. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to get across that you can at least.
Go on, I'm going to say my part afterwards. Sorry, go ahead.
Players, so that they aren't just offensive minded all the time. As in, like some players don't want to. Like a Mbappe is not a defensive player. We all know that. I know it's an extreme. I know he's one of the elites. I understand that point. But he's not a defensive player. Some would even say that Salah's not that great of a defensive player, okay? But he can play defense when necessary. And if you start to incorporate that the same way that it was incorporated into Mane to know that he has to track back, that he has to play defense, then maybe a lot of those gaps that you're talking about are that are so prevalent on the pitch, maybe they don't become so prevalent. Maybe we can also start to make the coverage be more compact and tight. And that's what I'm trying to get across, is that I think that like the goals that we've led up, and this is something I've been saying too, Kirkes, Frimpong, you spoke of Frimpong. Frimpong's actually performed better defensively than a lot of people thought that he would, I think. But Frimpong or Kirkes, whenever one of them goes forward, the other one technically would have to stay back and at least provide some coverage, some balance for that back line to have at least 3 players. Often we have 2, and that's where those gaps get to starting. And also you have a player, then you're relying on a Konaté and a VVD to go against possibly one of their speedsters, one of their adept on the ball, being able to really put people on their back when it comes to dribbling, okay? And you don't want that to be the case. And that's where we got Semenyo or whoever, that's where you have our midfielders then trying to track back late and the whole nine with grab, like in Newcastle. We don't want that to occur, and it has to be better. And that's the thing about it is I'm more concerned. This upcoming game is going to be interesting because this upcoming game is really going to have us in a situation where it's not necessarily a great count. I'm not saying Arsenal's a great countering team, but more so they are going to be problems when it comes to their set pieces. And that alone is going to be another issue about placement. There was a time someone mentioned about, we're talking about defense. There was someone mentioned it in the last show about, they brought up, is anyone going to mention, who was it? I think it wasn't McAllister. It was it was like a short player for us that was marking Burns for them, basically.
McAllister.
It was McAllister. Okay. And it was one of those cases where that's silly. He's not going to beat him. One, that's probably one of their target men on the set pieces. So you're hoping that's going to have happen. And then even if you have Kirkez trying to mark a Bruno, that's not even a good marking, So it gets to how we properly define our defense and get players to understand not only their roles, but if you're not defensively adept or incredibly talented, there are ways to have shortcuts. There are ways to I don't want to say cheat, but there are ways to get around not being the best defender.
The reason why Frimpong looks better than Kirkez, I'm not saying he's stronger than Kirkez because Kirkez look a little bit more full-bodied than Frimpong. Yeah. Bro, we've seen Frimpong demonstrated his strength to hold man off, run up one man, be tight, body man, shield the ball out, and stuff like that. The one example we have of Kirkez demonstrating his strength, we see Bruno over his back.
Yeah.
Because his position is, the flight of that ball looked like it's going to go out, so all I got to do is hold my guy. Mm-hmm. He couldn't hold him. Bruno was pushing him over. He was stumbling. He didn't even know where the ball was landing.
No, the scary thing about that to me was that, I wouldn't say scary, but for myself, I would have said I can go get that before he can. I would have said I would have I'll jump him and get to the ball before he could. That's just me though. But
I'm gonna give him some credit here, and it's not a whole lot. The position he started to hold Bruno off at, Bruno wouldn't have gotten to the ball. But Bruno was pushing him the entire time. So his position to hold Bruno off, Bruno pushed him to where Bruno can make contact with him. Like the starting position of holding him, had he held him there, Bruno wouldn't have gotten to it. But Bruno bullied him out the way to get to that ball. So that tells me Kirkez's strength should not be over 65 on his FIFA card. That's what that tells me. Frimpong's strength could be in the 80s because I've seen Frimpong hold man off and run up one man. So I think our issue is strength on the ball. I'm seeing McAllister trying to turn man in the middle and they just brushed him to the side. So like a lot of our players aren't physically strong.
He doesn't have to hold him off.
No, but on set piece 12, no. On set piece, strength is what you need.
No. If strength is one thing, but smarts is another. If you can't hold off the player because the player is stronger than you, then fine. Let him get in front of you. Push him off sides. Make him be so the point where you're able to have a better line to getting to the header than him. You become the aggressor as opposed to trying to fend him off and hold him off and box him out. You can't box him out. Readjust your line and get to a place where you can get to that ball before him, or at least make him not in a position where he's actively a part of the attack. Him getting in front of him or him pushing the man in front of him has him now off sides.
I like your energy. You sound like Slot's dad because that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Because but you see that I identify the problem in our set piece. It's we're matching up guys that's not strong against some of the stronger opponents.
Yeah,
Arsenal man them on set piece. They got the strength. No, 12, like, I want you to know, I agree with you. You make 100% sense. But I'm not going to back the man that I just see with no strength to go, you know what? I'm weak. Because no player will come to you and say, you know what? I'm not that strong, They're not going to come and say that. So I don't know if I trust a Kirkez to go, I'm not strong enough to hold a man off, so I'm gonna counter my weakness and turn that into my strength. I don't trust these new guys. I don't know them like that. But that is actually the fix for that, because coming up against Arsenal, when Arsenal men them are running onto that ball, notice there's always opposition bodies on the floor.
No, absolutely.
You rarely see an Arsenal man on the floor after a set piece or kick going, yo, what happened? No, they're running over teams. Your goalkeeper better be firm.
Their goal against Manchester United was a goalkeeper that didn't want to get strong enough.
He's weak. I mean, that was an easy target. And the target, he saw the line and he grabbed the line and went.
Taking this position. I'm taking this position, or that goalkeeper has to get over and punch the ball from before it gets to where it's going. One or the other, you're getting there. But rather than do that, he allowed for the Arsenal player to back him into wherever he wanted to go.
Question for you. Outside of Gravenberch, Van Dijk, and Alisson, who else in the team you see with that type of strength and aggression when we're on set piece? It's not a lot of whole players. Like, we don't have a slew of players running to attack that outside of Gravenberch, Van Dijk, and Alisson. That's only 3 out of 11 men. No, we have 11 men in the box.
Well, Konaté, if he wakes up,
that energy.
Konaté, if he wakes up and smells the coffee,
if he wakes, he's probably ball watching, right? So let's say
exactly, probably a big car.
Yeah, but for like an Arsenal team, how many of their players is dying to get on that? But you know what I'm trying to say? So for us, it's 3.5 versus 7. We're gonna lose every day.
But again, CB, this is with
Lante. I'll let Lante answer
to this. Go for 12.
Lante does mention a lot, and player I talk about too. You talk about a player that's going to go through a wall to get to that ball. Endo is a player
that's 5'2" though.
I know he is. But he also gets a
that's disrespectful. CP.
No, it's
5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", 5'10", CP. Come on, 5'10", 5'10".
Yo, I swear Endo's the shortest man in our team. Man, shorter than Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, wow. Hey, listen, my daughters are taller than Kevin Hart. I mean, that's no big achievement right there. I know only 10.
My point is Endo, it's the reason why often the year before, another aspect of his game people didn't understand or appreciate. Darwin Nunez was actually one of our most active players on our corners. If you do look at the numbers, defending corners, because he has the strength, he has the quickness, and he has the ability to get to the ball and head it out, clear the ball with a header out. And that's what he does quite often. If we have, I don't know if Ekitike can bring that. I don't know. I would love to see Cody be able to do that because those players have the height. They have the ability to say they have the height to be able to probably be able to slide others. But that's a big question mark. It's a big question mark. And there's not many. Also, I wasn't the first to bring up the former number 9, by the way. I'll say that right now.
Little segue or side note with Nunez. I was of the belief that Newcastle bought Joelinton as a striker and it didn't work out. And they said, big man, with your physicality and the way you're running, we're going to just put you in the midfield. I think Nunez as a DM would have been a lot better than Nunez as a striker.
Oh, that's a hot take.
No.
We're going for Mac.
Let me land the point properly. Listen, Tov, I'm not trying to give you a headache in the Friday. So let me not just crash land this. The biggest praise Nunes got at Liverpool is the way he occupies defender. Okay. Just that statement tells me, if we have a set piece, he's a problem for them, man. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Their striker versus Nunes, that striker will have a problem. You see what I'm trying to say? Joelinton, none of us here is going to be like, yo, Joelinton, baller. None of us are saying that. Joelinton is pure chaos running around that pitch at full speed. That's all he is. And we need to call a spade a spade. Nunes, that's all Nunes is. Like Nunes, Joelinton, there's no difference. You can't tell me what the difference is.
Yeah, in a way, right? Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? Like their best attributes is literally their best attributes. They are chaos running around on the pitch.
I think
Newcastle don't trust Joelinton in the box. We trusted Nunes in the box. That's what we missed.
Oh no, he'll never play up front for them again, will he? He won't play up front for them again. I thought he might when they couldn't sign anyone, but they've got Walter Marder at least now. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's the best thing Newcastle did was go, big man, we know your chaos, but just stay out of the box and do your chaos everywhere else. That's what we should have did with Nunes. Big man, your chaos on the pitch, stay out of the box, man. That's what we should have did.
Confidence was shot at the end, wasn't it? Like, well, I felt a bit
you love that one,
confidence was gone.
That's weird, man. The Podium Nunes running left back, yeah. Oh god, yeah. My eyes deceive me. What is this? This number 9 at left back, DM,
but yo, you know what's crazy? He be putting in a lot of the recovery tackles that our midfielder ain't putting in, and that's why I saw it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like his work rate, tracking back, running man down. Bro, he's running past our midfielders to do that. And I'm like, why not just make him one of the midfielders then? But there's a lot of time he chased man down, hunt man down.
That's what we were, not talk off, I was going to say, that's what we required from our 9. Yeah, how many times did you see Bobby like tracking back and making some?
Nah, Bobby was a DM still, man. Bobby was low key. No, you know how many last ditch sliding tackles Bobby was
just go the whole way.
Man?
Bobby was a sweeper. Let's just go
Bobby was like a sweeper,
Bobby.
Bro. Bobby was putting in more tackles than Jones in games.
I agree.
See, but you coming for 12 tonight. Listen, I'm trying to land here. You know what the land, did it? You want this to go on all night. I see you. You the party man. You the one who don't want to leave the party at 4 a.m. man. You still pumping tunes. Yeah? I see where you're going, Subi. I see where you're going with this. All right. No problem. No problem. Don't worry. I've got time.
Listen,
it's interesting. I've got time tonight.
The topic, you know, the topic is about
I was going to say defensive
personnel.
Yeah.
That's all we're talking about. And I have to just give Nunes an honorable mention because defensively, I think he could have fixed some of these problems. Had he just been in the double pivot next to a Gravenberch.
I think Phillips could have fixed some of the defensive problems that we have. But I mean, like, you know, he couldn't even get it on the
just
pitch.
playing VVD striker. We're done.
Yeah,
VVD, number 9, yeah. Send it to VVD, yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm a striker and I gotta run through Gravenberch, Nunes, Konaté, and Van Dijk, I'm going out on the wing. Yeah, I'm going out on the wing. That's a tough 4 to run through, you know. Nunes. Yeah, you ain't just running through no Nunes, bro. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that right now.
All right, mate. You give Nunes to slip back, then you do what? Huh? Where you go? Virgin? And that place be gone. I mean, thanks but no thanks. Superior to the idea. That's a big pass for me. But on a serious note, let me. Sorry, I know you guys.
Go ahead, take your point.
Cool. I know we were talking about the defensive aspect, and both of you, 12th, and even Subi make some good points here. But what I would say is this: you see the midfield, and 12th knows, and Lee knows. I've been talking about this midfield, this gap, this counter-attack, this ain't a new thing. This has been going on since last season. And I remember the key game, the 2-1 win against Chelsea. Now, we played well, we were a bit more defensively solid, but how many times were they bypassing Grab and Mac at times? Bypassing the midfield. And it kept on happening. The only thing is, in the second half, it became Moments FC, and we had the forwards were doing the bit, and the defense was reasonably good at the time, even though Konaté fell off the last 6 months back from an injury. And that is the thing. And we got away with it because we were Moments FC the second half of the season. The front players were doing the thing and the defense were doing the thing. And Konaté was, there or thereabouts. And this is the thing. And back to the Newcastle game, like Kirkus, again, like you're saying, Subi, the Arsenal game. Arsenal, I've got the hype. We got to be scared. It's about being street smart. Like the Newcastle goal, the Bruno goal. Kirkes, instead of jumping him, just putting some pressure on him. Yeah, I know Bruno's bigger than you. He probably wouldn't have scored that. The more pressure, but again, you're standing there like a fish. And again, all it is just common sense. These players are professional footballers. They know what to do. And again, it's common sense. And again, yes, there's a new backline, and I get it. Certain things have to deal, but there's only so much. Yes, you have to give them time. But some of these things are common sense. Konaté, and it's not the first time. Konaté is a good player. Me personally, I've said it, and I'm going to die on the hill. If Joey Gomez was fit, if you give me a fit Joey Gomez, he's just as good as Konaté. For me, he is. He's just as good. He's just as good, but just as good. For me, yeah, exactly. But injuries.
If Joe Gomez was at the level he was when we won Champions League with them, yeah, we would probably have another title on our reigns.
Yeah, but Konaté is what it is, and the defense, like you said, and I agree with you. Virgil can only do so much. He can't babysit everyone, and I get that. And obviously, we've got the Bradley. It's a new system, but some of these things for these guys are common sense. And yes, Slot has to fix things. And in terms of the midfield thing, this is what I get, man. And again, people telling me about. We've had this chat. Another 16, 18-man squad, 23-man squad is there for a reason. You utilize all the players to your best as a position. And like I said, listen, 12 will tell you now, listen, I don't care about reputation. I don't care if you're Mo. I don't care if VVD, bro. I'm the best for my club. Mo last season should have been benched. Let's keep it 100. As good as he was, there was times where he was running on fumes and he should have been benched. Just give the man a rest and play a Chiesa or a certain man. But everyone's saying, oh, it's Mo this, Mo that. Bro, what's the point of having a 23-man squad then? If we're going to play 11, 16 man, there's no point. Let these men go on. Let them go home. Let them spend their money elsewhere because the squad is there to be used. That's how the big teams win. I remember, and this is why I rate Pep. Pep, he don't give a damn. If KDB is having a stinker, he's like, yo, my man bench. Next game, you being bench. You ain't good enough. And sometimes you just need even the star players. This is what you need to know. I remember Euro 2004. I remember watching Portugal, England. Luis Figo, the golden boy of Portugal. You know what Philip Sclario did? He said, you know what, Figo, you ain't doing it for me. On your back. You're coming off the game. And then went on to win the game. And this is what I mean. Sometimes you just have to be smart and realistic and say certain men are not doing well. They have to be benched. And this is the thing. We saw last season yes, we won the league. And Slot, listen, I'll give Slot credit. I liked his football last season. Brian, big up Brian. He didn't like his football. I like the control. We had a different way of control. We more control energized with a football, 2-0, 3-0. I like the football, but at some point there has to be a balance, and there was a little bit of balance, but we've lost that. Why? Because there's, again, like you said, the camp from last season, he's still not dealing with it, and I get it. He's got new players, so we'll give him time to adjust. But again, simple thing is put Endo in. Put Endo in. What is wrong with Endo? And people say, oh, he's not good enough. I want this man. Forget about not good enough. The guy can do a job. He's proven. Yep. Or you look at record, look at facts.
Endo got more assists than Florian Wirtz. Not a hot take. Google it.
Oh yeah, 2 games. Well, and again, but this is what I mean. Sometimes, look, if you midfield, listen, as good as Sobo, as good as a Mac, Grav, to an extent, but he's learning the role. And who else? Your guy, not known CJ, him as well. Endo is a better defensive, not a better player. And again, hear me out, ladies and gentlemen, not a better player, a better defensive player than all of them. So you put Endo next to Grav, that will at least shore up the midfield. He can snuff out danger. And yes, it won't guarantee every attack. He's not going to stop everything, of course. Football's 90 minutes. But at least that gives us some stability. But sometimes Slot thinks for his own too good. And this is it. Sometimes it's not even about this. And yes, we can talk about systems, yes, but sometimes it's about common sense. And it's down to the manager to make these decisions, to make this team better. Otherwise, if he's going to continue to do this Sobo thing, 6, I don't want to see him in 6 because as good as he is, he cannot defend. He won't defend. He can't defensively anticipate certain things like an Endo can because Endo is naturally a DM. He can naturally do things a certain way, certain avenues. That pass, from Odegaard, he can block it rather than a Sobo. Because and it's just common sense. It's not even rocket science. It's just common sense. Because if it's gonna be the same 3-2, 4-2, 5-2, and then, like you said, Subi, at the end of the season, we're gonna talk about not winning the league, and that's it.
I agree. I'm gonna give him all the credit that he's earned. I think Slot earned a lot of credit because I was one of the few, maybe the only one that gave the window a 10 out of 10. I don't count Chiesa as much as I've always wanted him to play for us. Bro, we won the league without signing him, man. Like, we gave Chiesa the 5th game or the 6th game so he can get the cup. Like, he didn't really contribute to it. We could have done it without him. So I like the fact that he didn't listen to me, obviously. This was his own agenda and the club's agenda. But yeah, I was happy that we didn't sign anyone because I didn't want him coming in chopping up something that he didn't understand. And he gave himself a season to kind of figure out what he needs, how he needs to move. And in doing so, he won the league. So for me, he's earned the credit to make what his vision is come to fruition. The Rio goal, I think it's about 15 passes in there, close to that. Every man, basically, most men touched the ball in that build-up. It was 2-touch football, 2-touch passing. There was even a foul on Gravenberch, but because of the way the play was manifesting and building up, there was a clear advantage to let the ball keep going. So the ref didn't give that foul because Bruno knew exactly what he was doing. And I'm glad we got the win, but Bruno would have got sent off. Had that been stopped for a foul, Bruno would have been sent off. But I wouldn't want a Bruno red card and draw the game. So I'm glad the ref let it slide. And you see the real goal. The real goal, I don't know if that's Slot. I don't know if that's what Slot wanted to get to, but we need to see more of that. And if that's what he's trying to get to, I don't want to blame the players, but I have to. Salah, he didn't do any hold-up play in that game. So I feel like there's some elements in the team that's actually working against the manager. I'm seeing the manager telling Kirkes to go on the inside with the underlapping thing. And Virgil's like, big man, move. Go wide, because when you're inside this tight and I get the ball from Konaté, I can't give it to you right there. Because if you lose it there, the entire left wing is open. So when I get the ball, you need to run back out wide. So I don't think the defense understand when to come in and when to push out wide. And it's down to the manager and Virgil telling them, like, big man, don't make me have to tell you to go out there. So when Frimpong is hugging the touchline and the ball is on the left, bro, Virgil can't be looking over his shoulder to tell Frimpong to come in. And I'm seeing the manager doing this, like, yo, come in. Then when we have the ball, you go wide. So there's that piece that they're going to have to get used to. So right now, even Salah saying it, I hear a few other people saying it. I just don't want it to be at the end of the season. But at some point, what Slot is trying to get to will come to fruition. But for right now, 2 games in, yeah, there's still work to be done. The man ain't really taken to the instructions. The new players having to drop their game down a bit just to accommodate the new man them coming in like Salah. But right now, Salah, barring Chiesa, he's one of our worst attackers. And that's a fact. That's just going off the stats and facts. Gakpo is outperforming Salah. Ekitike is more clinical than Salah and being more effective than Salah. It's only Chiesa Rio, 10 minutes, 1 goal. That's actually a better return than Salah. Like, Salah in the game ain't really hitting like he used to hit. And I can only blame him because he doesn't understand the new man that's coming in. He doesn't understand the link-up quite yet. So he's having to figure that out to see if he can still be the king around here. And if he doesn't figure it out, 12, that's why I don't think he'll be here beyond next season.
Okay.
Because you don't want to be 35 trying to figure out man that's 26. Because you don't have a lot of time in the game. So, no, that's how I think it'll all play out, man. I think Slot tactics, it'll come good, man. It'll come good. It's just, last season he just worked with what he had. This season he made his changes, and it's going to take time for it to come in. I'm not going to tell you trust the process because, bro, you did it with 1 season with players that weren't yours. I imagine you can get the players you want and get them on board because if that's something you're struggling with, I don't want you here more than 4 years, man.
Okay.
Sure.
I would go as far as to say that I give all the credit in the world to Arne Slot for having accomplished what he did. But I also think that Jurgen Klopp could have won us the title last year as well. I'm not saying that it takes away from Arne Slot's accomplishment. I'm just saying that I think that this team was in a good place and was in a spot where they could establish themselves as winning the
I disagree. I think Nunes in the 9 was something none of us saw coming. And I don't think Klopp would have done that.
Slot would have done what? Nunez?
No, not Nunes in the 9. Diaz in the 9. Remember, Slot pulled that one out of nowhere. And we're like, yo, what's man doing? And it didn't necessarily work, but it helped us through some rough moments. So I think that was overlooked by a lot of people as far as how we got to where we got to.
I think the difference would have been with Klopp that he would have used Chiesa in the 9 and kept Lucho probably even fresher by rotating him with Cody on the left. But he probably would have used Chiesa as a false 9 for us, and we would have saw more usage out of Chiesa in that false 9.
Actually, that's a great comeback, you know.
But
I agree. The Chiesa in the 9. I wanted Chiesa in the 9, but Slot went with Diaz. And now, man, Diaz was good, man. He was getting on the end of things, man. He was dropping some little pockets and opening up the game for us a little bit. It wasn't the best, but no, it definitely helped out. That's one of the things that he definitely did some weird things, man. Slot.
Yeah.
He did things that I don't see Klopp doing, though, man. That was, he's a different guy.
Yeah, Dutch man, yeah. Dutch mentality.
Stubborn
absolutely. As well.
He's already said, hasn't he, that when Mo goes to AFCON, he says, Frimpong can play right wing, but knowing him, that's just a bluff. It won't be Frimpong who's playing there, but it is a potential thing, isn't it? Like Frimpong with Bradley behind him, or Gomez.
I'm hoping that Slot recognizes, because look, as much praise as we're giving him, I've been critical of his rotation. I know Volante's been critical of his rotation too, even more than me. But I just think that, as in, what was interesting is that it took him. I don't know if putting Chiesa in against Newcastle was a stroke of genius for him. I just think he just put him in because we had no other options. And I don't think that even or it's not against Newcastle, excuse me, against Bournemouth.
Oh, Bournemouth.
But
we had the whole fan base was actually waiting for Rio, because that wasn't Gakpo's best game. It was better than the Palace game. No. But Gakpo was woeful in that. In the first half, man was like, get him out of the team, man. And you went with Chiesa.
No, I just thought that why I'm making that I don't want to say accusation, but why, I guess, for lack of a better word, why I am making that assessment is because Community Shield, a game that doesn't really matter to a lot of people, or it isn't a big deal. I get that whole 9. We only used 4 subs in that game. Both Rio and Chiesa were left on the bench in a game that we're looking to get a goal. It was 2-2 in that game, and we're looking to get a goal. And rather than bring in Chiesa, who would have been my choice, or even Rio, the coach said no. And that's why I'm saying I don't know if Bournemouth or even Newcastle was necessarily him saying this is a part of the plan. If we get to this point, we'll bring in this player because that'll get us the result. I just think that that's all we had on the. If you look at our bench, the other players for Newcastle, for instance, were all defensive players. It's three players, 3 defensive players.
I think it could just be I don't want to say it's good or bad, but I see that in a lot of managers. We'll be looking for a goal in some games under Klopp, but it's for a substitute. substitution is Milner. And I get that you can energize your midfield or bolster your defense and that give your attacker the platform to go on and score. You don't have to go like for like with the attack to get a goal. Sometimes changing the tempo of the midfield can actually get you the goal. So I do want to give managers credit when they take that approach. So I'm not knocking any manager because I used to knock Klopp for, yo, man, why are you going with Milner? But Milner was a little bit more energy in the midfield, you know, to break up certain transition, and even when he was playing left back. So you can bolster your defense and give your attackers breathing room to stay further up the pitch, or, you know, give themselves 2-3 yards up the pitch and don't have to run all the way back because, you know, defense got more energy. Same thing with the midfield. You can bring on a guy like Thiago, control the game a little better, more control, more chances for the attackers. So there's different ways to get a goal. I think he might have just realized in the Community Shield, like, I tried to gain more control in the middle of the park to leave the attackers on so they can get, you know, because he probably felt like that's what was missing. And then in the Newcastle game or the Bournemouth game, he was like, yeah, if I need a goal, it doesn't look good if I keep leaving my attackers on the bench, especially if the ones on the pitch ain't scoring. But I just want you to know there's two sides to it, and it's a gamble. And as a manager, you like bringing on Jones when we need a goal. I'm telling you right now, we're bringing on Knock Me Jones just to shore up the middle of the park.
Knock Me Jones.
Nah, I'm calling him that for the whole season. But when you bring on Jones, you know he's going to hold the ball, he's going to recycle it, he's going to look after it, because sometimes that's what you need. And if we're looking after the ball, like the Gravenberch goal, it was one of the first moments we actually looked after the ball and moved it around and gain a little bit of control, and then Gravenberch find the space, take a shot, deflected, boom, goal. So sometimes looking for a goal could be, let's shore up midfield, or let's get someone on the ball that's good in tight spaces or can drive with it like a Gravenberch. So it's not always, yo, this attacker ain't firing, get him off the pitch. Unless he's doing like what Nunes was doing with just missing the chances, then you're like, yo, I need a guy that can finish those chances. But if chances aren't being created, you can't snag a guy like Ekatike off the pitch. Like, we didn't create a lot of chances for Ekatike in the Newcastle game. Like, Gakpo laying that ball off came from a ricochet Gakpo shot. Like, that wasn't like a pat and a play. Like, he had one sniff. And his one sniff wasn't even a clear sniff. Gakpo just laid it off, and he goes, I'm putting 100% sauce on this.
No, I get you. A concern of mine is the fact that we're not necessarily scoring on, you know, flow of play style goals. We're scoring off of either individual brilliance or just, like you said, I mean, even Ekatike's goal wasn't a goal that was like set up because it was some brilliant setup. It was more the only brilliant setup that we've seen, or I've seen so far, is the last goal in Newcastle. That was
it's actually the only one, because all of Ekatike goal, even in Palace,
Ekatike goal bounced off a player and just happened to fall into his path.
Yeah, and then the second one is Gakpo take a shot, it bounced back, Gakpo rolled it 2-3 yards, and he smashed it in. So, like, most of our goals, I mean, that's how they come in. That's literally how they come in. Gravenberch goal, I mean, it's from way outside the box, take a nicked off the guy's ankle, bottom corner, keeper had to basically just look at it. So, like, we're not really seeing the creativity happening. So when you see Slot going for a midfielder, maybe that's what he's looking for. You know what I mean? Maybe he's looking for someone to open the game up.
I get what you're saying. Not to cut you off, I apologize, but I get what you're saying. But again, I think it's a matter of the players not necessarily connecting completely with the system that Slot has incorporated for them. You can say what you want about Klopp's system, and if you liked it or you didn't like it, but I can tell you this much: when Klopp's system was clicking, it was humming, and that was. And whoops, Siri trying to weigh in on us.
No, Siri trying to understand what you said. Nah, big up Siri. Big up Siri. Because Siri was like, bro, what are you talking about? There's no in Klopp's system. Like, no, we're not doing this. Like, I'm not gonna stand here and try to debate Klopp's system. I was just saying, like, when Klopp was doing the Milner sub when we're looking for a goal, bro, Klopp's system was a machine. And a lot of people was like, oh, the machine is because it's Bobby. And it's like, no, it wasn't just one man. It's like Henderson making
Yeah,
Henderson making the unnecessary overlap to create the space.
Genie.
I'm talking about the 7-Up
all-round beast.
The 7-Up game was one of the most pure perfection games I've seen ever in a game for a Liverpool team. Absolutely.
It was like 3 brace. Yeah, 3 brace, and then Bobby came on and scored a 7. Yeah.
Yeah, which was perfect, by the way.
That's how you know the team was feeding.
The closest thing I've seen us click realistically with the slot-based team, and Ali can back me up on this, was possibly our game against Leverkusen. That's that one game, and maybe, but it was a different scheme that we used against them, and maybe against City at the Etihad. Those 2 games.
Yeah, it was City, Real Madrid, Leverkusen. That little window, because I think all 3 games kind of line up in that.
Yeah.
You see that 3? You see that pocket right there? If we can take that pocket and open that up for a couple months,
we were at our strongest in the season around that time. The Leverkusen game was my favourite, although the Real Madrid one was a bit juicier in terms of the name. The Leverkusen one I enjoyed because
I like the City one personally.
They gave us a good game, but we ended up running out 4-0 winners despite it being a bit of a tussle with Xabi and his team. So I really enjoyed that one. Wow. Now we'll have Real Madrid.
So Real Madrid was 2-0, and City was 2-0, and Leverkusen it was 4-0.
It's 4-0, yeah, because Lucho got a hat trick in that game.
Got the hat trick. I actually like the City one, man, because we run that man off the park.
It must have been satisfying for Slot that we won 4-0 against Xabi because he knows we were interested in Xabi, like before we ended up with him. Must have been satisfying for Arne on a professional level. Like.
I wouldn't count. Some might say, "Oh, what about the West Ham game?" You could argue that, but I wouldn't count that because West Ham is just a poor team. I'm talking about a competitive team that's going to put you that you are going to actually have to play against. West Ham like 5 or 6-0 or something like that. That game was a joke. That from the very start of that game, game it was like playground settings.
Yeah, it was no competition in that.
There was none. But
I thought you'd do a bit better.
Was our best run throughout the entire year, and that's when it looked like, wow, if we can play like this for pockets, if not a good majority of the year, we're not going to look back. We will not look back on anyone competing against us. It's just unfortunate that isn't the case. That also was a situation where he had a different scheme for Manchester City, where he used 2 10s technically rather than a single, than having a single 9. In the Leverkusen game, that was the first game he used Lucho as the false 9. Okay, that was a different take as well. So it was like a different setting that probably teams didn't properly adjust or even game plan for. And then for the Real Madrid is just, I don't know, but the Real Madrid was just energy. That was just beautiful, I think, personally. I think the tackle on Mbappe missing the penalty shot, that's just Anfield aura in essence for me. But maybe you guys think different. Maybe.
No, my favorite one was City.
City was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that City game, man, that's it. The game, and it's so rewarding that we end up winning the league because I believe the City game was at the Etihad.
It was at the Etihad. That's why I was.
We've never went down there and do any of that. Or we did.
That's why.
Usually draws.
So for me, that City game, going to that ground and doing that, I was just like, get him, Slot. You get him. So the City game for me was bigger than anything, man. Like Leverkusen, exciting to see. They were in the game actually. So to come out of that 4-0, it's a tale in itself. But to go to Etihad in your first game at the Etihad as a manager and do that with a team that couldn't actually do that, no.
Yeah.
That was buzz.
Yeah. I think Leverkusen also at that time was a team that had lost one game or something like that.
They were doing
the madness. They were still unbeaten at the time.
They was doing the madness. But remember, we're going year in, year out at the Etihad. And I'm seeing Klopp doing all types of tactics with, Jota and Firmino on the pitch, 4-2-3-1, when he don't even run that formation. Like Klopp was properly trying to go there and try to nick it, not kill it, but nick it. Like I'm gonna just go there cautiously.
A lot of people expected Leverkusen to win the Europa League when Atlanta knocked us out, but Atlanta were decent, weren't they? And they give them a bit of it was like they battered them, didn't they? Really, like it was weird.
Look, man, they did. It was surprising, fair play, but it can happen in finals.
Let me ask you this question then. Let me ask you a follow-up question then to what you guys were just talking about. Is it maybe, this is just me thinking outside the box, is it maybe that Slot, unlike Klopp, Slot doesn't say, let's go 100 miles per hour. Let's just keep scoring goals. It tends to be that when Slot finds his team reaching that 2-0 range, that's when we somewhat downshift, or he doesn't make the proper adjustments or the necessary adjustments to keep up the intensity so that we can push on for maybe another goal, or at least hold off from the comebacks that we've seen the last 2 games.
If I have to go with what you're saying, I'll equate it to timing of a substitution, not the actual substitution. So like Bournemouth 2-0 up, we haven't really gotten into a pocket of control where we're 2-0 up, we're whopping it around. It's we're 2-0 up and Bournemouth is still coming, and then you go Kirkus for Robertson. And then all of a sudden it's 2-1. Robertson lost track of where his guy is, who Kirkus was tracking the entire game. Wasn't winning all the battles, but so he's making subs in some moments in the game where it wasn't the right moment. You're making subs in moments where the other team has the momentum. Now, let us get a bit of control, hold on to it, knock it about. It goes out for a throw. All right, we're already in control, so that man ain't got no momentum going. Bro, he's making subs in the hottest moments of the game, bro. Like the intensity, he's dashing man in there on set pieces. He's dashing man in there off corner kicks. Like he's not, I don't think his moments of his subs are really spot on. Now, he's going to come back and probably say, well, yeah, look what I did with Chiesa. Look what I did with Rio. Okay, great. But what about when you were 2-0 up? And soon as you made a sub, within 10 minutes, we're 2-2.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I think that is a little bit of what's going on there. He needs to work on the timing of a substitution, and it has to do with choosing the right moments for the subs. Leaving Gakpo on Community Shield for as long as he did, that's a delayed sub. So he waited way too long for that one. Bro, he brought Hendo on with 36 seconds to go.
Yeah.
In the Newcastle game. Like you should, like the timing of a sub is 100% off.
Okay. Do you have an opinion on that one, Lee? Is it about the timing? Is it about the substitutions? Is it about maybe just the premise? Because like we all know that a Klopp system, the heavy metal system or mentality of what he wanted to bring was just go forward, keep battling, keep fighting, we're up. It's 3-0, fine. Make it 4-0, fine. Make it 5-0, 6-0. Just keep going. Just keep scoring. As opposed to at 2-0, I know that we're going to try to possibly slow it down, show control, not really push the envelope anymore, despite the fact that we could beat the team. We could continue to, take advantage of the team. We then say, you know what? Let's back it up. Let's do sideways passes and backwards passes and the likes.
I loved every minute of Klopp's reign, but at the end, I was pleased that he was leaving and we were going to have a different type of football. Even if it wasn't radically different, it would be a bit different in that, like, we don't just try and batter teams all the time. And it's equally good. It's equally as good for me. We don't just need to. You just need to win games. You don't have to batter teams into submission. A 1-goal win, a 2-goal win, whatever. And I was just pleased to see. I don't mean it in a weird way, like, I wanted them to go. But at the end, I thought, yeah, we'll see something different next season. And after 9 years of this, I'm ready for it, is probably the best way to put it.
Okay.
And I don't think it's boring either. Arnie's footy, some people said boring me ass. No, good football, winning football on the front foot.
Can I ask? So this is off topic from what we're just talking about. Since Delonte is kind of spurring me on. What is a 6? What is a 6?
What is a 6?
Yes.
Like the position?
The position, yes. That's simple. Let's just start off there. What is a 6?
I think, because I play there, but I'm not. I think there's different types of 6.
Okay.
So I'm more of the.
Can you say that a little louder, please? Because I don't think many people in our community understand that there's more than just a destroyer as a 6.
Yeah, no, like listen, you have to, like, I don't want to. Okay, let's go there. Like, even if you're playing FIFA or EAFC and you put the guy in a position, you still have to give him a instruction in the position, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm the type of 6 that I wouldn't say I would suit the way Arteta play or how a Klopp used to play. But if you're gonna have bombing fullbacks in a 4-4 in a back four, you want to have a 6 that has the ability to drop between your center backs. So like me and Konaté would probably be, and I'm not saying I'm off this level, I'm just giving the example of the type of 6 I am. When I drop in the back, I'm comfortable being a center back. More so like Hendo. So Hendo can drop in between that and be a center back. When I go up the top of the pitch, I'm not going to pretend like it's not 2 left foot Zabiri at the edge of the 18-yard box. Like when I wind up that shot, it's not going to be Steven Gerrard hitting that. I couldn't tell you where the ball is going to go. So I prefer not to shoot because I don't want everybody to know I got 2 left feet. You know what I mean? So like when I get in that area, I'm doing the Rodri thing. I'm just spraying it white. I might even do a square pass and now we're getting counted. And the team is looking at me like, yo, you an idiot. You couldn't dink that over the top. I can't trust my dink either. I'm not Messi to just do a reverse dink or a disguised dink. So for me to go at the edge of the 18-yard box when we're attacking is pointless. So I'm the type of 6. I'll be sitting at the halfway line with the 2 center backs chatting about holding the line and make sure we're ready for the counterattack. And I'll be the first one to go and engage. So that way I still got coverage behind me with my 2 center backs. So that's one type of 6. Now you have other type of 6 like a Rodri that they're more like box to box. They're not going to hang out with the center backs. They're going to be in the build-up. They're going to be in the distribution. They're going to be taking shots. So you have different types of player in there. And I think it just comes down to the player's ability and then the manager trusting in that ability. So you can be a destroyer and you end up in a team where the manager want you to be a little bit more ball carry. Bro, if you can't carry the ball, I don't care how much of a tackler you are, that manager is going to get rid of you. And it's not because you're garbage. You're just garbage at what he wants you to do. So for me personally, yeah, I can carry the ball up there, but the manager know like, yo, bro, you find yourself in a spot, take the shot. I'm like, big man, if I take the shot, it's going to go out for a throw-in. So, no, I'm not taking the shot. He was like, oh, you got to trust yourself. And I'm like, yeah, nah, bro, I don't trust myself. So I'm going to be laying this off. So I'll be doing the Emre chant, running through the whole team. Don't take the shot because I don't trust the shot. And that's what the manager wants from me. But realistically, what I want to do is hang out back there, quarterback settings, dropping in the pocket. So there's different types of players. And I realize not to slate Slot. He might be buying players that he sees have quality, but they don't have the quality that he's looking for. Like grabbing a Kirkes and tell him to invert. None of us have seen Kirkes done that before. But he probably think, oh, you know what? That guy's quality. If he can just come inside and then go out there and do his thing, it'll be dope. Well, Kirkes don't know how to come inside. Look at even Zinchenko. Zinchenko, yeah, he can come inside and do his thing. So what I'm trying to say is you can't say a player isn't good. He's just not good at that instruction.
Okay.
And that's basically the way I want to break it down. So, yeah, you can have a very good 6'12", but he's not the type of 6 to be sitting back. Or he's not the type of 6 to be going forward like Hendo. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not comfortable seeing Hendo at the edge of the 18-yard box. I think that's too far up for Hendo, because Hendo is more of the center back type of 6 to sit back there, cover the space, cut out the passing zone.
Sweep up.
Yeah, sweep up. That's the type of 6 Hendo is. Hendo isn't the type of 6 that's gonna be up there trying to get in the attack. No, Hendo's supposed to be back there as the sweeper. You know what I mean? Protecting the back line. Gravenberch, I don't want to see Gravenberch sitting back there. Gravenberch needs to be the one that's up top. So that's what a 6 is in an essence. That's what all position is. So you can have a fullback that doesn't get up and down the wing. He just stands in back there, make sure it's good, slide across. So if Virgil has to go left back, Konaté comes over, that right back comes over. Like, there's different types of instructions in position. And one of the most common thing in modern day football is you see the player doing one thing and you're like, wow, he can do that. Yo, if I can get him to do this other thing that I've never seen him to do, that'll be cold. And that's where fans are looking at it like, yo, why are you trying to convert, man? Just let man be himself. But for you to go get the actual guy that's doing it, it's going to be too pricey. So that's what I think the 6 is.
Okay, so that's I understand exactly what you're saying, as in there's certain players that can basically that are playing the role, but you don't think there are 6s. Basically, you're saying.
Well, it's not about they're not 6s. Like I said, you can be. Let's use Endo and Gravenberch. You'd say Gravenberch is more effective up the pitch, even though he can do a job at the back end as a center back. Endo, I would say, is more prolific as a center back than he is going forward. Now, they both can play the 6. It's just which one do you need for your team? Do you need one that's going to be further up the pitch, getting in on the action, taking shots and making assists? Or you're going to get one that's sweeping up in front of your back line? Because what we need is a guy sweeping up behind the back line.
Right. You want a what they call a halfback in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, whatever type you want to give it. Yeah, he's starting in the 6, and that's his instruction. It's all about instructions.
Okay, why I'm bringing this up is because I'm getting a little bit kind of like fed up with hearing about certain players aren't a 6 when they are. You might not.
Oh, okay. So you're on my team then, as far as they are 6s, just different.
They are 6s. But people have it so cut and cornered in their heads that a 6 is only one type of player, and he only has one duty. And there's lots of 6s. If you want to have a destroyer, a halfback, if you want to call it that, a player that kind of.
You can have a deep line playmaker. I swear I see Xavi Alonso on the 6.
Pelo there. Yeah, it's
Mascherano was in the 6, man.
Exactly.
Pelo, Tonali, and Bruno swap. Yeah, it depends. Everyone 6 is different.
You also have a 6, but Declan Rice can be a 6. You might not want
technically.
He was too. I know he's a
6. It's also, but Arsenal pushing him forward. Arteta is pushing him to an 8 now.
Absolutely. But what I am saying is that he's a deep line. He could be, when he was with West Ham at least, he was a deep line. People don't want to hear this stuff.
No, but you should have come back and say
a player that was a 6 that people would never have thought was a 6. Jude Bellingham was a 6 originally before he went to Dortmund. When he played at Birmingham City, I think it was, right?
Birmingham, yeah, that's his hometown club.
He played as a DM. He was their 6.
But 12, to kill that argument, next time you hear it, just bring up wingers. Wingers is touted as traditional wingers, go to the byline, cut across, and then wingers that do the inverted. No, because you have different type of wingers, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So you can't go, oh, my man's not a winger because he's an inverted. It doesn't matter if you're inverted or you're traditional.
Yeah,
or you're an inside forward. It's the same thing. Yeah. Bro, you're a winger with different instructions.
Where did he start? Yeah, on the touchline.
That's the issue. I am so over hearing this argument. When it comes to, I was originally pushing for Gravy to be our 6 when he was with Klopp, because there was I didn't see a pathway for him to get into the 8 in front of Maka, in front of Dom. I didn't see him getting in front of them in the pecking order. but I thought he was a good enough player, and I saw qualities that he has that could be utilized as a 6, not as a destroyer. I never said he's going to be a destroyer, but what I did say is he could be a deep-lying playmaker.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Gravenberch.
Oh, Grav. So you saw qualities in Grav the same way I saw qualities in Nunes being the 6.
I saw.
All right, 12. We need to be part of the scouting department. Not right.
Yeah, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I saw very similar qualities of what Matip brought for us, in the sense of Matip had the ability to take the ball from box to box, and he has long strides. He's able to keep defend players off. He's strong. He's physical. He's athletic. He was a different type of center half. I see that similar ability to do the box-to-box runs and to basically stretch the field that way in Grav. And I was thinking that
he actually does the exact same thing. That's a good eye.
And Grav I thought could be that guy that you could give an outlet pass to, and he could take it from one box to the other, just dribbling, because that's how good and quick he is. I also thought, and I got a lot of flack, I got a lot of pushback, because I said it on Copish, and I got a lot of pushback when I said it.
Oh, yeah, you got to be careful what you say over there, man. You got to be ready to die. No, you have to die on what you're saying over there.
Yeah. But all the same, why I'm emphasizing this point is because now we are at an extent where we are talking about young player of the year, a player that was on team of the year. And I hear people talking about we need to get a DM. We have a DM in Grav, but people are speaking on it on terms of Grav's not a DM. We need a DM. We need a DM.
The
mindset that you have is so set in stone that Fabinho, when you can't understand that Grav is a hybrid DM, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, but 12, surely, like I'm with you. I want you to know I'm with you. And if you're gonna die on the hill, I'll die on there with you. But
exactly.
But what I'm trying to say, Gravenberch is the one where Gravenberch is the one where the same way you saw the ability for him to be the DM, other people see the ability for him to go forward, and that's what make the Gravenberch one a little weird. Because I'm dying. No, I'll die on the hill with you. That's what I'm trying to say. But I understand if anyone comes to me and say, "Yo, Gravenberch needs to be released further up the pitch," I'll allow them to say that, but I won't let them make me feel like I'm wrong.
Can I ask you this? And you can play devil's advocate then for this. And please, Nolante.
No. I'm with you. I think he's the best DM in the league. No, I'm on your side.
So if we have the best DM in the league, okay, the best healthy DM in the league, because some would say Rodri, I get that, but all the same, we have the best DM in the league. Yet people want to get a DM to replace him. Where does Gravenberch play on this team if he doesn't play DM? In this 4-2-3-1.
He's benched.
I've had this argument. Wait, no, I've had this argument recently because, like I said, I'm with you, 12. I want you to know I'm with you. So I had the argument. I like
that, CB. I'm with you, yeah. No. I'm with 12 as well. I'm with 12. I'm just learning Arizona. I'm with him. I'm learning Arizona. But that's cool. That's cool, yeah.
I don't want you to think this is a devil's advocate thing. Bro, okay. I'm dying on that hill. I've had the argument.
Okay.
We're not getting no DM because I'm dying on this argument. Okay. Right. But I want you to know, like, the argument goes like this. Gravenberch is the best DM for me. And for you to get him up the pitch, you're asking one or two questions. You're asking us to play with 1-6 and 2 8s. If we're playing with 1-6 and 2 8s, why the F did we buy Verts?
Mm-hmm. No,
because the right side is going to be Sabazalai and the left side is going to be Gravenberch.
That's why Lante said
I mentioned that.
Yeah. You see what I'm trying to show you, man. Like, I'm on you, man's team. So the fact that we got Words tell me Gravenberch is now double pivot and we just need a man next to him. If you don't trust McAllister, it has to be Endo. If you don't trust Endo,
now you're sounding like Nolante.
But when I'm saying I'm with you man are laughing like you man think I'm joking. No, I'm with you, man.
You know how many people come at us when we say that?
Listen, I'm not really big
no, Tom, that's what I'm saying. When you say certain things,
he's not even the biggest Endo
fan. No, when you say certain things as a passionate fan, you just have to die on it. Remember when I was saying Klopp out and man was crucified? I died on that, and then I got resurrected, come back like the Phoenix. But what I'm trying to say is, when you go forward with these conversations, Tove, just like there's ways to have it. And like I said, I understand Gravenberch has the ability to go up there, but if the manager thought that, he wouldn't have gotten Florian Wirtz.
Exactly.
So clearly the manager is in alignment with me and you. And one of the things me and you share in common that a lot of people don't really factor in, you're not just speaking from a fan perspective, you're speaking from the perspective of whatever the manager is or whoever the manager is and how he sees the team. A lot of fans just see the team how they want to see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I don't care that you're right and Gravenberch can go up there. The manager don't want him up there. The manager want him back there. That's why he got Wirtz. And they're like, Zuli, but I'm like, I don't care what you think. I only care about what my manager thinks and what my owner thinks. So I have my own opinion, but if I see the manager putting him in the 6 and got the best performance out of him in a Liverpool shirt, and then the manager by a record-breaking 10, you know what that means? That guy ain't going up there.
Same plain
argument done, and that's why I'm dying on it.
Yeah, that's the conversation gets tiresome because, like, as you're dealing with a conversation with people and you're trying to explain to them that I love Gravenberch, but Gravenberch isn't a player that you create a system around, in the sense of, you don't say, well, Gravenberch is better up going forward, so we're going to play with 2 8s. We're not playing with 2 8s.
Yo, we'd rather play with 2 10s than play with 2 8s. Like that.
And he's not a 10.
And Gravenberch is not a 10. He
exactly
played as one of the 10s.
Exactly.
He's an 8. Is it straight? So if I can play the 6.
Exactly. So when it comes to this conversation about saying, oh, Gravenberch's not a 6, he's not a 6. He is. Get over it. Take a seat.
Yo,
freaking
just does not play with 8s.
And understand that he is our 6. He's the best 6 in the league. And what he does and how he incorporates being a 6 and every once in a while venturing forward to be a part of the offense. That's why I call him a hybrid 6. Because he's able to do those types of things and still be a 6. We should just appreciate it rather than keep saying, we need a 6. We need a 6. Even if we got Zubimendi's sitting the bench over under Gravenberch. There's no way I would start Zubimendi over Gravenberch in the 6.
I ain't going front 12. I don't know when the last time you spoke to the Irishman, but I almost stabbed him in the neck with vocabulary. The men tell me Adam Wharton walks into this team and Gravenberch goes to the bench. That's your boy. That's why I didn't attack him.
Wow.
No, that's your boy. That's your boy. The Irishman said Wharton, Adam Wharton walked into this team and put Gravenberch on the bench. That's your boy. That's why I didn't attack him.
The thing about Brian in the 6 is
listen. If I didn't know you tough, I would have put hands on him. That's what we're trying to see. You're tough. That's your point. If I didn't know he was your point, I would have put hands on him. That's what you're trying to say right now.
He is a bit of a different type of 6, isn't he, Ryan? In that, like, it's more his ability to cover for Virgil and Ibu than his skill in tackling and winning the ball cleanly. That's that type of DM. He slides in and takes the ball. He's just always covering, isn't he? When our team's functioning at its best with him and McAllister.
But the caveats, there's a caveat.
Lee, answer the question then, Lee. Hypothetically, we pick up Wharton, 70 million, 100 million, whatever the heck it is, right? Yeah. We pick up Wharton. A, are you starting him? B, if you are starting him, who are you sitting? Because you're sitting either Maka or Gravenberch, one of the two, because you're not sitting Wirtz. So who are you sitting?
Well, we'd have to see what. Do you mean next summer? Do you mean?
No, he was talking about this summer.
No. Because we'd have to see who had the better season out of Maka or Graf. I don't know. Both of them. He's
the water.
Look, he can come in, but he wouldn't start. He's a hell of a lot to break that size up. So he'd get on, and he'd have some starts, like, wouldn't he? But either of the other two.
Just be real. Let me say
something that's English say. Stop waffling, okay? Who are you starting? Are you starting Adam Wharton?
No, I'm starting Gravenberch and McAllister. He's not good enough to displace either of them at the moment. They're good enough for us.
Plain simple. So you're going to spend $70 million on a backup, basically. That's what you're saying.
I mean, we're about to spend 130 on a backup striker.
Midfield.
Ooh, stop.
Won the title. So
that's what we're about to do.
I'm dying. 130 what? Hold on. 130 what, Soup?
We're about to spend $130 million on a backup striker.
Oh wow! So you do too much though. Backup striker.
Now, we were on the same.
Tom, end the show. End the show now. End the show. We need to have serious now. End the show. End the show. End the show right now. End the show.
Do I need to come in soft for the landing?
End the show. End the show. We're gonna have serious conversations. So what's going on? What's going on tonight? Have you had a long day? Have you had a good day? Bad day? What's happened to you? What's happened to you?
I'm put the landing gear down for you, man. He's going away on an international break. So even if he comes in, he's not going to play against Arsenal. Then there's an international break. Then he comes back for his training with the squad. He's not going to start the very next game. No, he's not going to play until I think he goes Everton and then Palace, then Chelsea. His first game might be against Palace or Chelsea. You know when that is? That's towards the end of the month. So we're gonna spend 130. We're gonna spend 130 for a man to not play till the end of September. Hey, hold on. I'm not fine. The plane haven't stopped moving it. Just keep the seatbelt on until we make it to the gateway, right?
All right.
Isak has known to pick up muscle injury. What if he picks up a muscle injury?
Institution, that isn't it, to be able to bring him in off the bed.
What if he picks up a muscle injury? Now we spend 130 for a man to come back in October, November. That's a backup man, then. That's a backup man.
Come on, Sid. That's like Hugo saying, "What if Hugo breaks his leg?" I mean, what we do this? What are we doing here? What we doing here? Come on. No problem. We said, don't worry. I'm coming to the States soon. Don't worry. We'll have words. Don't worry. Me, you, 12th. We'll send Peter Canades in the sunshine. Don't worry. We'll have words. Don't worry. I'll be the good dude. Don't worry.
Juby, I understand what you're saying, but I will say that fortunately, Ekitike is on such fire right now that it doesn't matter if he's going to be on the bench. But if you think he's going to be on some Grealish settings and sit the bench and be like a second option all year, that's a different story. That's a whole different story.
We've been hunting Isak for time. You know this, Subi.
Only
We've been on his case for time. When Slot came in, you know what he said? He said, you know what? My number one goal is Alexander Isak. You know this, Subi. We've been on in time. He's been on us at time. Klopp just didn't see the signs. Klopp, he was a child that come to the door and said, I wanted some bread. And Klopp said, nah, man, I ain't giving you bread. Get away from my door.
No, he did.
And then the mistake was realized. And then look, he blossomed. That child blossomed. He blossomed into a man.
Chance to pick up Isak, and he chose Nunez over Isak.
We have to have these two strikers, the second striker, and there's nobody else but Isak.
Listen,
nobody we take in exchange. There just isn't anybody else about who we want.
I didn't say I didn't want him. I just said he's my backup striker.
He's just your backup striker.
No. Bro, you remember when we used to go from having the best number one goalkeeper and the best number two goalkeeper?
Sure.
You remember them days?
Yeah.
Bro, we're about to have the best striker and the best backup striker.
No, you know
what? When United were able to bring this up.
No. Hugo's gonna know his place. Don't worry.
Stopping Rooney and bringing on Tevez and them, man, bro.
No, I get what you're saying.
They played with each other, though. See, if there is Rooney and Tevez.
I personally been campaigning. If we were to get Ekitike, if we were to have Ekitike and Isak on the same team, I would prefer you move Verts out wide to the left, and I would say go with a 4.
No, I'm not dropping Gakpo for this.
80s or whatever, and like make it into a 4-4-2.
Do you remember 1999 when Dwight York and Andy Cole started the European Champions League final, and then
of course, unfortunately, horrible day. Horrible night. Yeah. Horrible night.
Come out of nowhere, buy him, baffled them.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, it made me sick.
That useless twat Carsten Janker at the bar about 3 times.
Yeah.
I think, lads, I want to say this, and I got to jump, and
yeah. We're
stab me in the back. It's fine.
Cool.
But I'm telling you, man, the fact that Isak is willing to throw that big of a tantrum and a stink to come here, I think we should use that to our advantage and not treat him like the princess he thinks he is. Like, remember, we don't want players coming here feeling entitled. So I don't want him coming in here feeling entitled like he's gonna start and he's the guy. Like, bro, you're the one that cheated on your missus to come over here. So don't come over here and act like some goody two shoes that we're just gonna love you up after what you did to them, man. You have to earn this. So he's my backup striker until he's earned it. Bro, I'm not falling in love with no men that treat their club like that.
I get it, but Beyonce wants to holler, then Beyonce said,
you say you ain't putting Beyonce through no test. She just gets it.
Well, I never liked Beyonce anyway, man. I'm more of a Maya guy, but you know, he should hey, listen, I'm more of a Maya Avery guy.
Now I like the fight. Keep up the energy. Be pick up yourself. You might talk to the Irish, man. Let him know.
You need to be on next sub super. Yeah, you and Brian. Yeah, please. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, 12. I want you to know I spared him because he's your boy, boy.
No. There's no sparing. No, we gotta do a big one. We need to do a big show. No. No
sparing. And just so you might know, Quasi agreed with him and Enz agreed with him.
Oh, I know he did. That's the thing about it. I don't understand why.
Enz didn't agree with that point. He agreed.
Young player of the year, team of the year. Yeah. Guy's not good enough for guy's not our 6. Can't play our 6. Got to play further up. Where does he play further up? There are no positions further up. He's not playing 10. He's not playing wing, and he ain't playing number 9. So where is he playing?
All right, my name. I got to run. It was a great vibe, great conversation.
Oh, nice one too.
Definitely. Good talk. All right, people. Unexpected visit from fellow content creator or content contributor, at least. I know he does have his own channel every once in a while. He puts out episodes, but he certainly is on quite a bit of the higher volume shows out there. That's Subamenti. So I said Subamenti, my fault. Zuby, not Subamenti. He's not Subamenti.
Zabiri. Well, the man himself will be here on Sunday, won't he, Zubimendi, to see the club that he turned down. He's got a date with Destiny, hasn't he?
I hope we make him look silly.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we had a miserable face on at the end of the match.
I want him talking to McAllister, being like, saying something in Spanish like, "Yeah, I have regrets. I have regrets." That would be great. That would be
funny. Literally come out together.
Yeah, people, what are we going to do for this weekend? Well, what we're going to do this weekend is going to have a roll call for Sunday's matchup. It's an early roll call. It will be an hour and a half before game time because I have to end it early so I can make my way down to the supporter pub. And it will entail hopefully some trivia and some fun trivia, actually, that I have ready for us about Arsenal. I didn't get to do the Newcastle trivia that I had, but it's all good. Well, I'll just save it for when they venture to Anfield. But Saturday, tomorrow, we will definitely be doing some game reviews, and we'll be talking certainly about hopefully some information from the news line. We'll probably won't be going too in depth about what is a 6, or will Isak be a glorified Grealish on our team? We'll just be keeping it 100, and Definitely giving you whatever is hot off the presses and also fresh off of our dome. So, Lee, is there anything you want to talk about before we bounce out?
I hope Bradley's fit enough then to start. Just so we've got like a specialist right back. Although Sabo could do the job again on the evidence of Newcastle, I prefer us to spare him the the effort of it, and maybe he'll be on the bench then. That might mean, but if Bradley's fit, then so be it. Don can come on as a sub, can't he? Give us extra sub power.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Milante, anything you want to talk about? Say, shout out.
No, good. No, good. Big up whoever's left in the chat. Big yourself up.
Oh no, there's 84 people left in the chat. There's still a bunch of heads.
Nice, a big up.
Phenomenal appearance and incredible support. I appreciate that. We're just trying to get up the numbers and keep it rocking and rolling.
That's it. Keep it rocking, like, share, and subscribe, man. Big up yourself, always 12th lead. Big up Subi. And the Irishman back said they can continue their long-winded debate. And yeah, man, we'll roll up, man. A day closer. And yeah, we move.
Are you expecting any more like major movement from our rivals, such as like United? Is United bought that keeper? Have they bought that keeper from Royal Antwerp?
They've not gotten a keeper yet. I think the coach has already stated that it's not all about just the keeper. It's not the keeper, it's the issue. It's about the entire team as a whole needs to perform better at a different level.
Chelsea have bought Garnacho, haven't they? They mean business, Chelsea, don't they, this season? After their little excursion to the Club World Cup. But they've got some good signings, and they already have a decent team. It's just how much Maresca can get out of them. But I expect them to be good early in the season, Chelsea. Well, we're already into the season. One of they has a win and a draw. Did you lose with someone? Was it the Palace one? But anyway. Yeah, they bought him, haven't they, Garnacho? But United will probably buy another player. City, I wouldn't rule City out buying another player yet. Either a right back, probably a right back.
I do think that Arsenal are contemplating bringing in a defender still. I know Manchester City
linked with a few.
Manchester City were looking at possibly getting a goalkeeper, especially since Ederson isn't exactly. They're not sure about Ederson. I know they did bring in the Burnley goalkeeper. I understand that.
Yeah,
but
he should take over as the number one. I'll imagine. I don't think it'll be Ederson. He'll take over as the number one.
You might see Villa make a move. I think Newcastle is going to try to make another move for Visa. I'm guessing. I'm not an ITK, so don't take my word.
Maybe it's a case of third time lucky because they've had 2 goes, haven't they? 50 and 55, both snubbed. So if they go up to 60 and agree to it, then it's third time lucky for them. That's amazing, and they've done what they needed to do, and they can let Isak go without too much worries and stress.
I'll tell you a team that I really do expect to possibly make a deal because they look like they are struggling big time. Maybe West Ham makes a last minute Hail Mary at trying to bring someone in.
Have they spent any of the Kudus money?
I don't think they really have.
I expected them to do a little bit better, possible. It's not a great thing that Lopetegui left them. They've got a few good players, but not a whole team of them. They might struggle for a while this season, West Ham.
Maybe even see. I've been wondering how Brentford's going to make up for if they're going to get rid of Visa or they're going to let Visa go. Okay, but to say that you're going to let go of Mbeumo and Visa, which was about 60%, something like that, it was some ridiculous number.
They've only bought one forward, haven't they, in Ouattara from Bournemouth.
you need to definitely have some backup plan ready to rock and roll because that is not.
Well, they've got Kevin Schade that they bought last summer. They've got like Damsgaard. He's not really an attacker, he's an attacker midfield. They've got this new guy now, that we know from Bournemouth. Who else have they got? Brentford in attacking positions. I can't remember from last season.
Yeah, I'd have to look.
Who have they got who wasn't Ibrahima Konaté?
I mean, Igor Jesus. Igor is a Brazilian striker.
Oh yeah. He's actually decent.
He's decent. You've got Lewis Potter, who's a midfield / attacker. Carvalho, we keep forgetting. Fabio Carvalho. Yeah.
He was just shout out to Carvalho. He was
He scored a couple of good goals for us.
Newcastle acts like the real goal was like something new to them. Yeah. Carvalho did the same thing to him at Anfield.
Yeah, that was hilarious, that very late winner, which I thought was deserved on the balance of play. Like, no way did we deserve to be denied the victory.
Yeah.
That was a good one. And his one when we spanked Bournemouth 9-0 as well. Against Scott Parker, the staff.
Let's make sure. They've got Donovan, Thiago, Carvalho, Otara, excuse me. Otara. And obviously Visa would be their. That's only 5.
Kevin Schade, that they bought last summer. He plays
midfield though, right?
Does he? I thought he was a forward. I thought he's like someone who can play forward and midfield. I'm not sure what they've done.
Yeah, he probably.
You know what? I didn't even watch it.
I'm just reading what they have listed, and they have listed as a midfielder.
It's giving him a headache, though, isn't it? Already, Keith Andrews, to absorb the blow from Bueno and then the blow of Whistle as well. But if Newcastle stump up, there'll be nothing Brentford can do to prevent it. They've set a price, and if it's met, he'll be leaving. Yeah. And the guy wants to leave as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, there you go.
So,
but people, we are going to let you marinate on some of the things we said. I'm sure the comment section is there for you to, basically chop up what we said, debate it, defend it, attack it, do whatever you like to do. If you don't agree with what we had to say, then say that's what the comment section is for. Obviously, be respectful, but definitely tell us what you think. Tell us what you feel. We will be back tomorrow, like I said, and hopefully you'll be joining us. Hopefully we can get the same amount of people in the chat. This is a phenomenal chat, by the way. I think we have one of the best chats in the internet. But I'll be honest with you, I've been a part of a lot of different communities and chats out there, but for the most part, our chat weeds out the disrespectful ones and definitely keeps a good assortment of righteous Reds, I say, like Reds that enjoy being in the community, being a part of the conversation, being a part of the discourse, and being in a together place that we can all congregate and say whatever's on our mind. So until tomorrow, I will always say you'll never walk alone, of course, but also, as always, up the Reds, my friends and family, up the Reds each and every time. We'll see you tomorrow, and all the best.